The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
Welcome once again to The Head, The Tail, The Whole Damn Thing with industry professionals Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight. Today's episode, Suspiria and Weapons. I really enjoyed Weapons. It was a little bit of a maze getting through it. It went in different directions I wasn't expecting, and I really felt for that little kid. Good movie, I thought anyway. We'll see what the boys have to say. It's my last week in Morocco. Wish me luck getting back to the good old US of A. I'll let you know all about it when I get back. The truth.
How's everything going?
Good, man. I think it's good. I feel like we're both a little rushed this week with, work and stuff. But right now I'm feeling good. This episode brought to you by another can of Monster.
Oh, hey.
Because why slow down? Let's speed it the fuck up. Monster. Thank you, Monster, for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you, Monster. Because you weigh less with hollow bones. Living that busy life. But we got a couple of goodies today. A classic foreign horror movie. A little classic Italian.
Yep.
Which, coincidentally, also my favorite sandwich at Subway.
The classic Italian.
Yeah. And then a movie that's getting a lot of buzz right now.
Yeah.
A lot of buzz. But I think
a movie that I worked on. Yeah, absolutely.
Weapons.
And we'll get into about Weapons later in the show. We'll do a spoiler-free version of it, and then we'll do a spoiled whole damn thing version.
Go in and ruin the whole damn thing. Yes, if this is the first time that you're listening to us, thank you for joining us. We always pair a classic horror movie with something a little bit more recent.
Yeah, something we think makes a good double feature. And I do think these movies make a good double feature. Not just because of content. I think there's a few things that tie these films together. Do you agree?
I do.
Nice.
And school is in session, as it were, on both of these. So you have a little write-up on Suspiria?
I do. I'd like to apologize to the Italian fans out there. Signore e signori, what you are about to see is not a film in a conventional sense. It is an exhibition. Imagine a gallery where the canvas sheer breathe and every stroke of a color is sharpened into a sound. Suspiria, directed by the maestro himself, Dario Argento, released for public viewing in 1977. This is a masterwork of sensory excess, closer to a vast expressionista painting than a cinema as you know it. Observe how Maestro Argento layers a pigment upon a pigment. Walls sheer drenched in a crimson, shadows they are inked in a violet. Corridors shimmering like a stained glass. Notice too the craftsmanship of a composition, a symmetry disrupted by violenza. Not violenza, but violenza. You understand, yes?
Yes.
See. Elegance curdled by dread. He does not depict a horror realistically. He frames it, he gilds it, he let it gleam like a jewel whose beauty is indistinguishable from its menace. Consider also the score, a goblin's musica. As though it were a colonna sonora to a sculpture being carved before your eyes, raw and the percussive, reverberating against the architecture of the film itself. To approach a Suspiria is to collect an artifact of the uncanny. It is not a piece that decorates a room. It devours it like a ravenous beast of a dog. It does not hang politely on the wall. It smashes your face to the window of its soul. It alters its own image in a lightning flash. And I'm losing it at the very end. And it whispers to those who will linger too long before it. I invite you to step into the gallery of Delirio. But tread very carefully in Argento's collection. Beauty and terror are the same brushstroke.
Bueno. Is it bueno?
Sure.
Bueno? Bien? It's good. What you did is very good. Hey.
It's very good. Thank you. Tell me, James, what do you think about Dario's Suspiria? Hopefully you watched Dario's Suspiria and not the remake.
Not the remake. No, I have not seen the remake of this. I mean, honestly, watching this one a couple times, though, made me want to go and watch the remake, just because this movie is art house horror. 100%. 100%. And it's not necessarily narratively driven, right? This movie is about mood, it's about atmosphere, and it's about the setting and using all of those things to ratchet up a creep factor and ratchet up the terror. Yeah. And
it's an art piece.
Absolutely, it's an art piece. But if you're looking at it purely from the story, it leaves a lot of questions hanging in the air about why people do certain things and why certain elements of the story are in it. You know, things that generally I would pick apart a movie if it leaves some of these questions. But this one is this one is so artfully crafted in its way. You know, Argento made this movie, it seems to me, very deliberately. He's making
100%.
Artistic choices. Yes. And focusing on the mood and letting the narrative and the acting and some of the other elements just fall by the wayside. He wants you to sort of take a bath in Suspiria. You know, just get overwhelmed in it and experience it for its filmic qualities.
It would be like taking a bath in red wine that has maggots floating on the top.
Yes,
and that's not to say it's horrible. Yeah, because Suspiria, I think, is beautiful. I think it's wonderfully put together. It's my favorite Argento film, and I think Argento paints all of his movies, where at least his movies in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, he painted it with a brush that was like nightmarish colors and really intense, unique death sequences.
Oh boy.
Fantastic camera moves. Never too concerned about story. Never too concerned about acting. It's like a dream. He directs with like a dream-like quality, which I really, really adore in those movies. And then later in the 90s, his movies are a fucking dumpster fire. Like late 90s, early 2000s. It's just terrible.
I don't know that I've seen any of those later ones, honestly.
Suspiria, it was intentionally to be made as 3 films. And it was eventually finished as 3 films. So you've got Suspiria, 1977. You've got Inferno, 1980. And then you have years and years and years and years later, 2007, I think, is when Mother of Tears came out. Mother of Tears it's not very good. It has some interesting moments, but if you compare it to these other movies, it's like it was directed by a different person. But there's nothing in common.
The other 2 are more like spiritual sequels, right? They're not direct sequels to Suspiria. I have not seen them.
Yes and no. I mean, Suspiria is the story of the 3 mothers, right? Suspiria is one mother. And then Inferno, its sequel, is another mother in New York. The mothers live in different parts of the world. One is in Freiburg, Germany, Suspiria. Inferno is New York. And Mother of Tears takes place in Rome. So it's these 3 witches that are essentially tied to each other that are trying to create chaos and violence and discord and rot in anything they touch.
I guess so.
Yeah.
If you say so.
You're not going to get that from watching Suspiria, though. No. You're going to get a little exposition dump from Udo Kier, or whoever the hell that was. Yeah. I almost said Udo Dirkschneider. Not the lead singer of Accept.
Well, yeah. I saw Suspiria the first time when I was in college, and it was like one of those things where I was working at a video store at the time, and God bless my roommates, because they were always down for whatever I was bringing home. And so I was catching up on a lot of old horror movies, and I remember watching this one and kind of being a little thrown by it back then. Like, I
Sure.
think we got to the end and we were all like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Yeah.
So coming back to it, I wasn't sure how I was going to react. I'd only seen it that one time before, and
okay.
man, I was pleasantly surprised and looking forward actually to watching it the second time. You know, we always try and watch them 2 times because I think this is a movie that really becomes more enjoyable the more you see it and the more you notice.
I agree, because it's all about the color, it's all about the composition. It was the last film to be printed in IB Technicolor using those machines, which is the 3-strip color process. Now, he lit it so boldly in reds and blues and greens and yellows, mostly primary colors, just lit in primary colors. And then being printed in that IB Technicolor process, those colors just pop so heavy.
Yeah.
And it's good because red always signifies danger. There's some sort of danger element in the scene. Blue always signifies the impressionable innocence of the young, beautiful girls that are going to be corrupted by the red, by the witches. And then green signifies somebody's learning something. So, like, you know, when she's getting an info dump from Udo, he's got a green suit on, like a light green suit. And then the other guy's got like a darker green suit. And then, she'll be like counting steps and bathed in green light. So like, as you're learning things, it's green.
That's interesting.
It's all very intentionally done. And I think really to enjoy this movie, you kind of got to watch it in a dark room and just immerse yourself in it. You can't be flipping through your phone.
Take a bath. That's what I meant by take a bath. Just turn out the lights and let it wash over you. Because this movie, like I said, it's more interested in mood and atmosphere than it is on just about anything else. In a way, as I was watching it this time, I was kind of drawing a few parallels to The Shining, which, I mean, it's a horror masterpiece, but I think The Shining's creeps rely mostly on mood, atmosphere, and setting, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the plot of the dad going crazy and everything is, for me, not what makes that movie as scary as following Danny through the long halls of the Overlook as the big wheel goes from hardwood
carpet to floor.
Carpet, and then it's about placing you in there. And sort of touching on what you were saying, this is a very expressionistic movie. The hallways are all long, the ceilings are all tall, bright colors, weirdly out of proportion. I'm not exactly sure what design school this dance academy is following. It is a crazy building.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It can't really exist, right?
It is and it isn't. They painted the outside red. And the inside was intentionally done in vibrant blues to give you the safe feeling of, the difference between the young girls and how they were going to be corrupted by the red. And, originally the script was written for 8 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
And they left the script as it was.
Yeah.
They didn't change it. So they come off very childish. And they even did things like raise tables up a little bit so they're higher on the girls. They moved door handles higher on the doors so they would be more at shoulder level as opposed to being down in your midsection where you're going to grab a door handle. Just to give you that feeling without actually hitting you over the head with it.
Wild.
That these are young girls in an environment that's sort of overwhelming to them.
Yeah, and obviously they couldn't use 8 to 12-year-old girls.
No, because they can't.
They're going to murder so many of them, and they were going to get banned.
Exactly.
Hey, Giuseppe, I do not think this is going to be so good for the censors.
The Americans, they're not going to care.
Dario,
the Americans will care.
Italy, yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's get into it, right? Because obviously, if you haven't seen Suspiria, you should check it out. It is a horror classic. I don't think this movie is for everyone because it is such a art house piece. But if you're serious about horror movies and want to experience the full color palette, then you can't sleep on Argento. And this is, like you said, maybe his best movie.
Yeah. most of his films are giallo. This is technically not giallo, but kind of giallo.
Because
he's in the red, he's in the orange, it's a giallo.
Yeah.
Because giallo is yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
It's yellow from yellow book covers of pulp novels. After the 1940s, after World War II, the yellow book covers that you would get were like the sexy, steamy, murder, plots, stuff. The pulp stuff, all that pulp stuff, all had the yellow covers. So that's what giallo comes from.
Yeah, dangerous dames and mysterious horror elements to them. Yeah, cool stuff.
I forgot to say that this has been a Hollywood giallo minute.
There's always room for giallo. Suspiria starts off a little voiceover about Susie Benner. She is an American who has decided to study ballet at the prestigious Freiburg Dance Academy in Germany. So she's left New York City, and we start off with this girl walking through the airport. Mm-hmm. And right out the gate, reds are flashing.
Yeah.
Right? She's walking through the
airport. She's in a white dress. She's pure.
The exterior of the airport, the doors are opening, and it's all red on the outside. He's just unabashedly using colored lights and gels. I think he was wrapping like gauze around the lights and stuff. And you also get one of the other iconic elements from Suspiria right at the beginning here is the music by Goblin.
This is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Odd cues in this opening bit too. Yeah. She's like walking through the airport and the doors open and you get the very distinctive sounds of the Goblin score, which is like, I don't know, synthesizers and tubular bells maybe. I don't know what they're using.
At one point there's a Greek bouzouki, which sounds like a really out of tune guitar. It's like Yeah.
And it is super distinct, super odd score.
Yeah.
And at this particular point, they're just using it when the doors open and then stopping. So it's very sort of weird and halting at the beginning. There's a storm outside. She's trying to hail a taxi, and she finally gets in one, and she's on her way to the dance academy in the city. And she's driving through the woods, and you hear very plainly, witch. like
in the soundtrack.
This voice in the soundtrack reverberates and says, witch.
Guess what this movie's about?
Yeah.
Witch.
So the cab pulls up to the academy. It's raining buckets. She gets out, and as she's getting out, there's another girl who's coming out of the school, and she's screaming. She's saying something to somebody inside that you don't see. She says something about, like, I saw the secret. It's behind the door. 3 irises. Turn the blue one. It's sort of a weird cryptic thing. I mean, with the storm and the Goblin soundtrack and
I don't think you can even hear
everything.
All what she's saying too, because they drop the sound out. They do that whole giallo thing where, like, you're losing part of the story. You'll find it out later as you remember.
Yeah, except I watched it with subtitles, and you definitely.
Oh, and it just was there.
It's definitely there because I watched this movie in Italian with subtitles.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Nice.
And that's the only way I've ever seen this movie.
Okay, good.
I know when Argento made it, he had everyone just speaking their own language, right?
Yeah. That's how a lot of films were made in Italy and Spain. Is
spaghetti Western style.
All
right?
ADR, yeah.
Everything's dubbed over. So anyway, I caught that right away. You don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
But then that girl runs off, and Susie, our main character, our heroine, tries to get in, and she talks to someone on the intercom. They're like, I don't know who you are. I'm not going to let you in. Oh, shit. So here she is, like, in the rain. She's got to get back in.
Completely drenched.
The cab.
Yeah.
And we follow the girl, right, who's running away. The other student who was just saying that weird thing about the irises and all that. And Susie's back in the cab and looking through the woods where you see that girl running through the woods. She's going to go to her friend's house. Oddly decorated apartment building with, like, crazy stained glass skylight and super bright paint scheme.
And did you notice they're all the
architecture.
same primary colors, the yellow, the blue, and the red in the stained glass skylight? And in things that you see hanging on the walls inside the academy, yellow, blue, and red. The irises, yellow, blue, and red. It's all very, very interesting.
Yeah, it was just leaning into those colors. It looks really garish a lot of the time, too.
Because of the IB Technicolor print. Yeah, they just pop like crazy.
Yeah. Well, this girl who's just run out and had that cryptic message, she's staying with her friend, and she's like, I'm not going back to that school. There's something weird going on there. It's useless to explain. Again, the plot, the dialogue, this is not what Argento is necessarily focusing on. So her friend is just like, okay, stay here. I can tell you about it later. Well, all right.
Sure.
So then we're going to get our first kill of this movie, right?
Yeah.
Because the girl is staying at her friend's house. She's in the room. She's really fixated on the window. Is something looking at me through the window?
Yeah, this is the girl that escaped. That said the things about the irises at the door.
And she's looking out the window, and she sees a pair of green eyes staring at her from the darkness. Meow. And then, I don't know, the world's hairiest arm breaks through the window and grabs her by the back of the head and gives her like one of those like fake clamps on the window.
So disturbing, because you just keep expecting it to snap and like just slice the shit out of her face. But her lips are just mashed all over the glass.
Leaving a big nose print.
I'm sure this was kind of dangerous because it had to be real glass, right? Oh, I'm like waiting for an accident to happen. I'm sorry.
It's Italy. It's a little bit different here.
We accidentally sliced her nose off.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you ever find out whose hairy arm this is? Because it's just like a bare arm covered in hair. It's really kind of gross.
With some like kind of creepy fingernails.
Yeah. Eventually her face will go through the window. She's screaming. And her friend, who's in the apartment, knows something's going on. She starts freaking out. And you get this really sort of oddly convoluted couple of deaths here, right?
Yeah. His deaths are like some rickety old roller coaster that are just like, and then this happens, and whoop, and then this happens.
Yeah, the girl who got her face through the window, now she's outside on a balcony or something and just getting stabbed repeatedly.
Yeah. And then there's suddenly like a big giant open hole where her heart is.
Yeah.
And then it's just a stab of a heart. Yeah.
What am I watching now?
Yeah.
Her friend's freaking out. She's trying to get out of the apartment. She's running away. And then the original girl who got her face like smashed through the window, she gets pushed out the atrium and the telephone cord kind of wraps around her or something.
It's like the killer puts the cord around her neck and then pushes her head through the stained glass atrium. And then she slowly starts to fall through while the other girl is running downstairs, right?
Yeah.
And the other girl gets to the bottom of the stairs as her friend comes ripping through the stained glass in those hot primary colors.
Yeah.
And then hangs herself on the telephone line while the other girl is just rained on with giant shards of glass that just cut her to ribbons.
And so you get this one girl's feet, like with all this very vibrant red blood all over the floor, all these broken pieces of glass in blues and yellows and reds. The one girl's impaled. It sort of pans out and you get this picture of these very bright colored geometric shapes and these dead bodies. It looks like a psychotic Lisa Frank design, like the world's most ghoulish trapper keeper. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of like geometric patterns, vibrant blood splatters. It's
Wednesday's
like,
Trapper Keeper.
Oh my God. Absolutely. He spent a lot of time creating that picture.
Oh man. He paints magnificent, violent pictures in this movie. In all his movies, really. At least from this era.
And that's part of the joy of watching them. I think for anyone who's uninitiated with Argento's films, you just have to realize you're going to have to switch over into a different mode of watching a horror movie or any sort of movie, While Susie arrives at the academy the next day, she meets Miss Tanner, a very toothy performance from this German taskmaster teacher.
She's pretty great.
Always smiling.
She screams Nazi.
She does. She does. Like old Nazi, right?
She is Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS.
Oh my
only
goodness.
not as hot.
And you also meet Madame Blanc, who is not the head mistress, but the head teacher at this place, because she explains the directress is away right now, but I'm running the school and we can arrange for everything. We expected you last night. And Susie's like, well, I tried to get in, but you guys wouldn't let me in. She's like, oh, well, that's odd. Well, welcome. You meet a couple of other people. You meet Albert, the really weird, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, creepy little boy in this, wearing sort of like
reminds me of Damien Omen.
Oh, totally does. Totally gives those vibes, right? And
you're thinking, no, this motherfucker's bad news, right?
Sure. He's got those straight bangs and big eyes that he's always kind of staring. And you meet Pablo, who is this big lurch-looking motherfucker who helps around the academy. They're like, oh, he had to have all his teeth pulled last year, and now he's got these nice fake teeth. He's got such a nice smile. He's just this giant, goony-looking guy.
And then she says something like, he can't speak English, so you can say horribly mean things to him. He does not understand. I was immediately thinking of oh, you're such a terrible dog, aren't you? You're just the world's worst dog. That's right.
Well, it does bring me to one thing that I don't dig about this movie, is that you get introduced right at the beginning to all these different interesting characters. Mrs. Tanner, this lurch handyman, this little boy with the freaky look in his eyes, and none of them really bear fruit. Do you know what I mean? They're all in there, and I guess they're adding to the mood and the atmosphere, but it's not like any of them ever really get any sort of story or arc or have much to contribute, I guess, to the way that things unfold. So I'm a little disappointed in that, because I kept expecting, like you said, the Damien boy to have to do something. And he's really just there to kind of look creepy in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Just be creepy and kind of a red herring. Although, I guess when you get down to it, there's not really many good guys in this one.
No. All of Dario Argento's herrings are red.
Yes, exactly. Bold, garish red.
But you meet some of the other students here. You meet Olga, and you meet Sarah. Everybody's studying ballet at this school. And this is where also some of the dialogue, like you said, this was originally written for 12-year-olds.
Yeah, well, this is where I realized that girls that have names that start with S's are snakes.
And they get into this little, stick out our tongue and make faces at each other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still act very childish.
Super childish, which just sort of adds to the odd style that they're trying to get across of them being these young, pure, innocent things.
Yeah, well, Olga has an apartment off campus. That's where Susie is going to stay for a night. It's an odd plot line that really goes nowhere. Because she's like, oh, I'm going to stay at Olga's. And they're like, well, we wish you would stay here. And she's like, no, I'm good. I'm good at Olga's. Yeah. I'll stay over there. And then
she gets mysteriously sick.
Yeah, well, she's walking through the hallway, and one of the weird characters, these huskier, matronly, babushka type ladies that are there, housekeepers.
Like the cooks and housekeepers, yeah.
Yeah. And she's polishing silver. And you get a little of that goblin score as it reflects the light onto Susie's face. And she starts to feel, sick and queasy, so that when she's taking her first dance classes, and Miss Tanner is being a taskmaster, she's getting all German on her. Yeah. All Teutonic up in this bitch. Die! Susie will get sick, and she can't keep up with the dancing. She eventually swoons and passes out, and then just all this very red blood starts to pour out of her nose and her mouth. It's a hemorrhage.
She's a hemorrhaging. These are no good.
So it seems as if they've cast a spell to make sure that she stays on campus.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
they don't
why.
actually say that. I mean, again, plot, it's a kind of off on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we get Dr. Verdigras here. That's some good Italian quackery coming up.
Yes.
Because he's like, you need to eat some very bland food and have a glass of wine every night because it's good for the blood.
Yeah.
And no fruit. Don't eat any fruit.
Yeah, stay away from greens. No
what?
greens, no fruit, just some bland stuff.
Stuck with a needle full of sedative. Okay, jeez.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Everything's happening very fast here.
And then they're trying to like force feed her water where the glass is just like
waterboarding her.
ricocheting off her teeth. It's just the most horrible thing. It's like you keep expecting the glass to snap into her mouth. It's just so like, ugh, what the fuck? It's like when you bite on a fork when you're eating like a pot pie.
Oh.
You remember that? Like in the 80s? You'd pull a turkey pot pie out, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be great," and you had to wait for it to cool down because it was fucking molten lava.
You couldn't wait.
And you couldn't wait, and then you shudder at the heat, and you gunk, and you bite that hard fucking silver fork. Oh my god, the tines is no good.
Yeah, she is totally getting waterboarded by the German taskmaster. She's like, "Come on, you have to replace the fluid that the hemorrhage took away."
Yeah,
Susie's just like.
Not exactly sure that's how it works, but okay. So if I lose blood, I just put water in. I'm okay? Okay.
Yeah.
I like the idea of them force feeding her wine, though.
Yeah.
She's
Thanks,
what,
socialized
16?
medicine.
Yeah.
Italians.
She's supposed to be 12 in the script. Give her wine.
Well, it's the interesting part about that, too, right? I mean, if she was supposed to be 12, that would have been a little bit more shocking. Later on, she will decide she doesn't want that wine anymore, and she pours it down the sink, and it's about as viscous as motor oil.
Yeah, it's kind of horrifying.
Yeah. Not the finest Italian grapes.
Definitely not. It's like red olive oil as she's trying to move it around in the sink there. And then she kind of gives up on it pretty quick because you can see it's getting all over her hands and the water's beating up and she's trying to clean it. And I could just see, because they're not shooting sound, right? Because it's all ADR.
Yeah.
They're probably
right.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Step away.
Oh, God, you're right. They're not shooting sound at all.
No, so there's chaos, I'm sure.
Wild.
I know that.
Holy shit, that's crazy,
Especially when you think about how good the movie actually is to be not shooting any sound at all. It's all ADR. It's all soundtrack and sound effects and additionally recorded dialogue.
Yeah.
It's it's nuts to think that that's the way to go.
That is crazy. Well, Sarah, one of the other girls we know, and who will kind of be Susie's best friend in here, Sarah has come over. She's like, "Oh, we're neighbors now. You know, now that you're at the school because you got sick and they're keeping you here, we're neighbors." And throughout the movie, Sarah will reveal some of the mystery to Susie. Like, she's concerned where the teachers are going, and there's been a lot of strange happenings going on, and she's been talking to some other people about it. But for now, they just kind of touch base a little bit, and Susie starts to brush her hair in the mirror, and then there's like, a little something in her hair. What was that? And then
so gross.
A couple of other little things like fall on her vanity, and she finally picks one up out of her hair, and it's a maggot squirming in her hand. Oh, gross. Looks at her comb. Maggots squirming in the tines of the comb.
Oh,
they're all
so
over.
Fucking disturbing.
Cut to girl screaming with a bunch of maggots on her face.
Yeah. All these poor girls with maggots glued to their face or stuck to their face with KY. It's just horrifying.
They're just raining from the ceiling. Bloop, bloop. Oh no, what's going on?
Yeah.
And so the teachers go to investigate. And there's one of those attic spaces, the drop-down ladder, and they go up into the attic space, and they find this crate that is just covered with maggots all over.
Yeah.
And they're crunching on maggots under their foot. They got their money's worth out of maggots in this scene.
They lean into it. Nobody was concerned about a maggot safety on this.
No. Hundreds of maggots were harmed during the filming of Suspiria.
Maggots were indeed harmed.
But it's a crate of old food they find. They open it up.
Yeah.
Maggots squirming around in a prop sausage. Pretty funny.
Maggots squirming on your prop sausage.
Madame Blanc is like, oh, sorry, girls. We bought that crate of food from someplace. We thought they were honest. And, okay. Why didn't you keep it in the kitchen or the pantry?
Why do we keep food in the attic?
What should we do with these perishables? How about we put them in the hottest room in the house?
Absolutely. Yeah. What about the cellar? Is there not a cellar? Yeah. There should be a cellar. Is there a walk-in fridge, maybe? But no. Let's put them in the hot attic where there's no fan.
Yeah, it is one of those things where, because it's so thin on plot, sometimes you think, like, why the fuck was this even in the movie? Other than it's gross. Yeah. But is there, like, some bigger reason that they had a crate full of spoiled food in the attic? The
only thing I can say, if I tried to actually correlate it to
please do
the film's plot,
make it make sense.
The witch, Helena Marcos, when she is in the house, has like an aura of rot that surrounds her.
Okay.
Which is sort of why she looks the way she does in the end of the movie.
Sure.
And why things are corrupted and destroyed around her. So I think that because she is asleep in a certain room, not far from the attic, it has corrupted the food that's up there.
And somebody just put the food in the attic because they were dumb. Okay.
Yeah. This has been a Italian film complete bullshit minute.
Well, the end result is the girls aren't going to be able to sleep in their rooms. Everybody's going to have to sleep in the big studio hall.
Yeah.
And so they hang all these sheets up, and they're going to do it like dormitory style. So all the beds are there, all the sheets are hanging up, and instantly they turn that red light on. So you can kind of see the silhouettes of people behind the sheets. And, you know,
no one in the movie ever notices the colors they're bathed in.
Well, and I think it's because this movie is expressionism, right? It's expressionistic. It's not about the naturalistic, realistic things that are happening. It's about the inner turmoil or the emotional life and heightening that with the lighting and the mood and pretty much everything in this movie. So yeah, you're right. Nobody comments on it. Nobody says anything. And they just do things like this to sort of heighten that experience, because the girls, Sarah and Susie, are going to start talking. And it's almost like a ghost story. They start hearing the wheezing coming from behind the curtain. And Sarah says, oh, that's the directress. She's here. I know, because she stayed in a room that was close to mine once. And you hear that wheezing, you hear that whistling. That's her. That's her. And there's this sort of air of suspicion and fear that's permeating everything. Also noticed in this moment, not only the sheets and the colors, but the crazy sort of, it's not quite a fisheye lens, but do you notice this? Like,
oh, sure.
The warping around the periphery. It's a very wide angle, and it kind of sweeps across the hall, but the edges are very rounded out in it.
Kind of dreamlike.
Yes. Yeah. I think you'll also use that same lens later when Susie goes into the office where the irises are. You get another one of those very wide shots with this sort of, you're right, very dreamlike touch on the frame. So the next morning, the blind piano player, again, another quirky character that we get in this movie.
For years, I thought was played by Dario, because he looks exactly like Dario. He's got Dario's, I'm a member of the Monkees haircut.
Yes. Yes, I didn't put that together until you just said it, but yeah, he does look
Dario
like
looks like if Emo Phillips had a knife. Right?
Oh, that's
I guess
great.
I'll direct a horror movie.
Oh, we're going to have to do a Dario Argento, Emo Phillips, who wore it better, side by side. Because I got another one of those for later on when we hit our second movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's definitely something we'll have to put on the Instagram. But the blind piano player's got a dog, and he'll be at the piano. The player, not the dog, will be at the piano.
That would be a different movie.
as the
It's like Air Bud.
I was just going to say
German Shepherd.
Dario Argento's Air Bud.
Yeah. The dog, she's the killer. Always a snapping and a biting.
Well, not yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tanner comes in as the piano player is providing the accompaniment for the class, and she is pissed off. Your dog bit Albert, the creepy little boy.
Yeah.
Your dog
Dollars
bit
to
Albert,
donuts. Albert was being a douchebag, and that's why the dog bit him.
Probably. Yeah, just staring at him all creepy.
Poking him with a stick.
Yeah, you can imagine, right? Mm-hmm. Well, the blind guy, whose name I don't actually...
Let's just say Flavio.
Yeah, Flavio.
Yeah.
It's not important.
No.
He's like, this is a bunch of bullshit. My dog is a good dog. He would invite it. To hell with you and to hell with this place. And he gets up and Mrs. Tanner,
good for him.
Toothy, Teutonic Taskmaster, takes
Toothy
his cane,
Teutonic.
throws his cane across the room, just being a dick. Like, here
total
you go, blind guy.
Move.
Go find your fucking cane.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm blind, but I'm not the deaf, you know? I'm not the deaf. Yeah. He gets the cane and he's like, I'm out of here. And he will eventually go straight to like a Oompa bar in town, which
as you do.
As a blind guy, could there be anything worse than like incessant polka music and the slapping of lederhosen thighs?
Wooden clog shoes on tabletops.
God, this is how I choose to relax.
This is the life. Please, another Schnitzengruben.
13 is your limit, sir.
I'm blind. Please.
Well, later that night, back in the rooms, I guess the maggot infestation has been taken care of, and Sarah comes up to Susie's room and talks about listening to the teachers at night. Where do the teachers go? They don't go home because we all hear them go to the left instead of the right. So I've been counting the footfalls in the hallway. And boy, this is another Italian bullshit moment because it will come into play later in the movie. But I'm like, how do you count steps like around the corner? You know, like you're picking this up. You can hear them go like around the corner and down the other hall and into the other room. And this is some heavy fucking footfalls in here. And this is the part of the movie, too, where I really started to see some like parallels with The Shining in terms of the storytelling. You know, you got long tracking shots of this very weird building with some very distinct music. And it's using its atmosphere to provide the chills and to ratchet up the mystery of what's going on here.
I mean, that's all this movie really has is atmosphere, whether it's visual or auditory. It certainly isn't the plot, and it certainly isn't the acting. I mean, the acting is fine-ish, and the plot, there is kind of one, but nothing is fine-tuned.
Yeah, but the thing is, I actually love the setting. Like, the fact that this is a horror movie that takes place in a dance academy, like, that's a weird fucking place to set a horror movie. Like, it's actually a very cool setting. If you pitch this
to me, I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, like, what? I guess so.
Yeah. Especially if you pitched it as 12-year-olds, I'd be like, no, I'm out.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
12-year-old ballerinas? No.
We're gonna murder a bunch of tweens.
Well, let's see. Maybe. Are they going to explode on camera?
Well, yeah, now we're going to cut to that German dance hall, and he's had his 13th Schnitzengruben, so the blind piano player's like, I'm going to head home.
Yeah.
The loneliest walk. I guess.
The longest, loneliest walk.
Sure, but he's going across this giant palazzo, and there's nobody around.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's very cool, because it's very European, and it just made me want to go to Freiburg, right?
Yeah.
And I think this was actually shot in Freiburg, if I remember correctly, in some big open whatever.
Well, it's one of those moments. I would scratch my head. I might like complain about it if this movie wasn't just such an art house gem. Yeah. But he's crossing the palazzo and a presence starts, you get a kind of a swooping camera angle coming down.
The Lost Boys camera comes down with the flapping wings.
Yes, it does. You get some close-ups of the statues there, some shadows tracking back and forth, and then his dog turns on him. Well,
yeah. Okay.
I guess it was a bad dog after all.
Yeah, it turns out.
And you get a dog puppet that's almost as good as Triumph, the insult comic dog or whatever. It's just like a puppet, just like pinching his neck. It's obviously somebody's hand.
Little move left and right. Yeah, we got to get closer because there's not much of that puppet there.
Yeah.
Classic.
He was a bad dog. And then the Polizia are like, hey, what is that dog doing? Hey, stop the dog!
Somebody stop the dog!
And the dog just takes off, and they just sort of run after it.
Oh, bad dog.
Turns out the Teutonic Teethtress was right.
Yes, that's right. But now Susie's in the office. She's talking with Madame Blanc, and she's like, there's some weird stuff going on here. Madame Blanc's like, oh, I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, American, why don't you tell me how wrong we are?
When I saw that girl, the one who was murdered shortly after I arrived, she was saying some weird things about a secret and some irises, and I gotta tell you, the second time I watched this movie, I was like, oh, it's brilliant, because I totally did not catch it the first time when she's talking about the irises, and they are literally right behind her in the room.
Yeah.
And I didn't see it the first time. It was only after it went back. I was like, oh, fucking look at that. That's great.
And there they are. Yeah. And she's like, irises? What irises?
Irises? I'm sure. I have no idea what you're talking about. Moving the curtain.
Pulling the curtain back. Nothing to see here.
Standing up in front of it like, doesn't ring a bell.
She's like Harvey Keitel in Taxi Driver. I don't know nobody named Iris.
Well, it turns out the murdered girl's name, too, is Pat Hingle. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
Pat Hingle.
Really?
Yes, renowned character actor, Pat Hingle. Lost Rocket Hillbilly in Maximum Overdrive. What does he say? He done got run over by one of them big old bastards.
One of them big boys out there or something like that.
Yeah.
Pat Hingle. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Throwback to Maximum Overdrive. That's good. What if that girl spoke like Pat Hingle?
They called in Pat to do the ADR.
Yeah.
That's not a secret behind the door. Some irises.
Gotta take them iris and turn it.
Turn that blue one.
We should re-edit that scene.
Susie's been shot down by Madame Blanc, so
nothing
get
to see
into the
here.
mystery there. But Sarah will admit, like, hey, Susie, when you first got here, I was the one who was talking to Pat about that secret. I was the one who didn't let you in here. This all takes place in a
I don't know why you're talking to me about that, little girl. Something about irises and flowers or something. I just gotta go back. I gotta get out of here.
But Pat was taking notes about all the strange happenings going on, and she gave them to me. And I only told my friend Frank about all this, but I'll tell you more tonight. Oh, well, Sarah comes in to tell her more about these strange happenings, but Susie's been drinking the wine. She's a little bit of drugged. Oh, she can't help Sarah. So Sarah takes a scrap of paper. She says, like, this is the key that will tell you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, do you know anything about witches? I think this is the first time, other than the witch.
Yeah, which you've heard probably a lot by now in the soundtrack.
a couple times that anyone's actually, like, directly said, you know anything
What's this
about
movie
witches.
about? Witch!
But Susie's KO'd. She can't help. Sarah starts to get afraid because a light comes on and somebody's going to come into the room, right?
Yeah. Doesn't she escape and then start to look and then follow the footsteps and then she gets into the room and there's someone chasing her with a straight razor?
Yes, oh my God.
Classic Giallo.
She goes up into the attic because somebody is pursuing her and she's all worried. And
so let's go hide in the most awkward room of the house.
Yeah. And at one point she goes in front of this little alcove where you see this pair of green eyes that you had seen earlier, you know, when the girl washed the window with her face.
Yeah.
And now Sarah gets straight razor, like slashed across the face. And then like she does like a pirouette into a window and then another pirouette into another window before she pirouettes into a door and she locks it. And this was probably the thing that...
It's like O.J. Simpson in The Naked Gun, where he leans on the hot stove and steps in the bear trap and then gets his arm in the wet paint. And
hits his head on the fucking
on the stovepipe
or whatever.
Yeah.
The stovepipe, yeah. Well, she locks herself in this room that it's just like a latch lock. It's not a deadbolt or anything. And this drove me fucking crazy every time, because then you see the straight razor slide in the crack of the door and it's like tink, 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 trying to flip the latch. And it's like, just flip the latch, man. You've done all the work. Yeah. I can see very clearly. All you have to do is like raise your hand like 3 inches and you will unlock the door. But it keeps going
like straight razor's not quite strong enough to do it.
It's all in the wrist, buddy. Just
I think it is. I mean, you've already proven you can smash someone's face through glass pretty easily. World's hairiest arm. Just not very dexterous with a straight razor.
Tink, tink, tink. Well, this room has one window in it. It's a high window. And she stacks all of this furniture on top of each other.
Precariously.
It's like, Dario, maybe you could have just, like, she could have found a ladder. There were other ways. We didn't have to have, like, talk about pacing.
2 minutes of turn the trunk on its side.
Tink, tink. Yes.
Put a stack of books on top of it.
Exactly. Not that book. You need the other book.
Yeah. Now we need a stool with 3
trash
legs.
Can. Turn the trash can upside down so you can use it.
Well, let's get the cardboard box that's half full of things.
She gets out the window before the pursuer comes through the door. Yeah. And she sees an open door on the other side. All she has to do is jump down and get to it. And then she jumps in a giant pile of razor wire.
Yeah. Which is, oddly enough, right down the hall from the room full of rusty nails and tacks. And then there's the room full of broken glass shards.
Yes. And the room full of rotting meat.
Exactly. She just chose poorly.
But yeah, she jumps in this, and it's like she's getting cut to death by a giant slinky.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really look like barbed wire or razor wire. It does look like, you remember when a slinky would eventually get deformed, it would get bent out of shape, and then it was all kind of, it's like that. It's like a room full of that kind of stuff.
And the actress that played this person that jumped in here, originally this was supposed to be Daria Nicolodi. I think that's how you say her name. She was Dario's muse and lover, and she's the mother of Asia Argento. And I don't think they were ever officially married, but they were together for a really long time. She actually co-wrote this movie with him. Not the actress that's in the scene, but she was supposed to be in this movie because she's in probably all of Dario's movies, or most of them, except this one. I think she was sick or there was an accident or something and she couldn't be in the film, but she was replaced at the last minute by this other actress. And this other actress said that when she jumped into that room full of like dangerous slinky, she had no idea what was going to happen. And Dario was just like, I just, move around and get kind of tangled up in it. He didn't say it in that kind of voice, but I almost did that like Christopher Walken.
You did. It was started a little bit.
Move around a little bit and get tangled up in it. Stick your arm through in a slinky.
Yeah.
And as she was twisting, it was getting wrapped around her tighter and tighter and pinching and actually physically hurt her quite a bit. So that when they did get her out of there, she was covered in all these like rake marks and little bites.
Really?
Pinches from the wire. Yeah, because it's okay. Tony says to just go ahead and jump right in. They took all the barbs off. They sand them down real nice. It's just a wire.
Oh, that's so funny because it does really look like a harmless pile of slinky coils or something.
Yeah, but it was actually fairly dangerous. And she's like, I'll never forget that day. It was painful and it sucked.
Well, that is curtains for Sarah for the moment.
Yeah.
Mrs. Tanner, the toothy Teutonic taskmistress, tells Susie, Sarah left She left without saying goodbye. Oh, really? Yeah, she just took all her stuff. She's gone now. Don't worry about her. Pay no attention to Sarah. He was just like, that's weird, but...
They're probably wheeling a body out in the back of the scene. Just like covered over. There's that big grinning dude. Isn't that Sarah? No.
Nope. Just pull the curtain back again. I don't know what you're talking about.
She left. She left no forwarding address either.
Well, Susie calls Frank Mandel, her friend. Do you know where Sarah is? No, I think her father is an ambassador in Geneva or something like that.
Yeah.
There is one thing that I picked up the second time is that all of these girls have money. They all come from means. Like, because Madame Blanc says something to Susie when she arrives of like, oh, Benner. I knew a Carol Benner in New York City. She was a benefactress of the arts. And Susie's like, oh, yeah, that's my aunt. Yeah. So the plot, oddly, is not focused on, but there's still a lot to pick up on if you're watching. Like, it's kind of seeded through. He just has no interest in really stitching it together. There's just like a patch here, patch here, patch here. Well, Susie goes off to meet Frank, and this is when we're going to get a huge exposition dump. Like, it's all going to happen in this one scene. We're going to find all about the witches. We're going to find all about Helena Marcos, a Greek witch who was chased around Europe before she settled in Germany to form a dance school and school of the occult. Like, it's really diversifying there.
Yeah. As you do.
No, listen, I'm down for it. Frankly, sure. Sounds awesome.
I believe that Daria, who wrote a lot of this script, based it on her grandmother or great-grandmother that went to a school that was similar, that had some sort of weird, dark, traditional shit that was going on too.
Really?
And that was some of the things they were teaching. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that's all. Yeah, maybe that's all made up, but...
And occult studies.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. But Helena Marcos, she died in a fire, and then they were like, occult studies, maybe not so much. Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. And he didn't know all of his lines. Did you hear that?
No, I hadn't
have
heard
time.
That.
Yeah, Udo didn't have time to learn his lines. So in that sequence, because it's all ADR, there is somebody laying behind the bench, reciting his lines to him, and then he repeats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
How crazy is that?
Why did he have to be behind a bench? I mean, like, I guess he had to be off camera, but he could have been anywhere
close
off
enough.
camera.
Yeah, close enough to him. This has been another Italian, that's a how we do it minute.
But also, just coincidentally, here's Professor Milius. He's a witch expert.
Yeah.
This old guy toddles over, and it's like,
he's like, holy shit.
Hello.
Hello there.
Do you believe in witches? Witches are negative and destructive, and they aim to gain wealth by causing suffering. The coven's strength lies in the head of the coven. Cut off the head of the snake, and the coven is reduced to powerless. Magic is everywhere.
It's great how he just info dumps this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it is a scene that takes place outside the academy. It could have been filmed 3 years later. You know
sure.
What I mean?
Yeah.
We're just like, Giuseppe, they complain about the plot. What should I do? Like, let's just go film this one scene and answer all the questions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, she's heard from Frank. She's heard from this professor. Susie's really suspicious now that Sarah's gone. She decides, I'm not going to drink the wine tonight.
Yeah.
When she gets back, pours it down the sink.
That's where we get the olive oil looking wine she can't get out of the porcelain of the sink. And I'm just picturing somebody trying to clean it later, just cursing. What the fuck?
Why couldn't they just use real fucking wine? I mean, the answer is because he wanted that color. He must have just wanted that color. But it's like, wine. Just use wine, dude.
Also, obviously wanted the viscosity of blood as opposed to the viscosity of wine.
Yeah.
But And then we get the fucking awesome bat sequence.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Is it a closet she opens up?
It's like a window. Opens the window and a bat comes in and it's just...
Boy, what a bat.
Yeah. It's like big old fat bat on a string.
size of a bulldog with
Yeah.
wings.
Yeah.
Like a fucking
Just
muskrat
flopping around like
comes flying
crazy.
through. Yes.
Getting in her hair. I did a sequence like that once in From Dusk Till Dawn 2. I got to attack a woman in a shower with a bat on a string. That was a lot of fun. Like I was standing on a step ladder and then like hanging the bat over the side of the shower curtain while she was showering, and I'm just getting it into her hair and hitting her in the back and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty ridiculous.
But yeah, Susie will take care of this bat, puts the old towel over it, and then flips a little coffee table or a stool upside down and smash.
Bashes the shit out of said fat bat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's all alone at the academy. All the other students have gone to the Bolshoi.
Yes.
Okay. Drink your wine. She's left to her own devices, and she finds that note from Sarah with the counted footsteps. Oh, I can figure out where the teachers go. So into the hallway.
Like this is some big
steps.
mystery that needs to be uncovered.
Yeah, that's the thing. The seed has been planted plenty of times. Sarah has talked about it. But I scratch my head a little bit when she turns like the third corner, still counting steps. Yeah. I'm like, at this point, you just would have had to tail the person. You just have to be following them to look where they went.
Exactly.
I can still hear their footsteps. Well, she sneaks past a couple of people into the office that we had seen earlier, and that's when she finally notices the irises on the wall. Yeah. And the flashback of the girl saying, the blue iris, turn the blue one. Yeah. And she finds that secret door. I love a secret door.
I do too.
You know, I'm a sucker for a secret door.
This
Always
is a good
cool.
looking secret door too, because
it is.
The way they have like the wall painted to look like it's got doorways and then it pops open.
Yeah, she finds this secret door leads to some like blue velvet curtains and this long hallway with all this writing in just about every language. There's Latin, there's Hebrew, there's
a sign that says free ballerina shoes.
And then she spies the teachers and the staff through the door, plotting her death. They're like, that American bitch, she must die. The American bitch must be snuffed out. Like, whoa.
Make her vanish.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that's what they say, right? She's hiding behind a curtain.
Because they're magicians, so make her vanish.
And Madame Blanc is casting a spell, which makes Susie cramp up. And that attracts the eyes of Pablo, the lurch-looking dude, who's like, oh. Pablo starts coming towards her, but Susie finds a door there, goes through the door into a room with the wheezing woman. The wheezing woman behind the curtain. And she wakes up.
Did you find it odd that they didn't have anyone guarding her?
Like, I mean, she was behind a secret door. I mean, yes, she's the most precious thing. There should have been some sort of familiar there.
There's nobody watching the hallway. You know, I mean, the secret door is prior to this. This is just a regular door, and you open this door, and well, here's your witch room.
We've come too far to start questioning the plot now, baby. At this point,
hold on a minute.
You get to this point, and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Then,
wait a minute. I did think that
thread.
I was like, no one's watching her. Well, this should be easy.
And I think she also sees in this room her friend Sarah in a casket. She's all cut up.
Yeah, with the pins stuck in her eyes and her throat slit. Yeah, it's good. And all the barbed wire cuts all over her body. I think she's in the hallway laid out on an altar. And then she gets into the witch sarcophagus room with the door shut, and he sees the wheezing, and then there's a whole witch exposition about, like, you know,
I knew you'd come.
Yeah.
You want to kill me, Helena Marcos, the Black Queen.
Yeah.
And
let me explain who I am. It's me. The whole time.
Susie pulls back the curtain, and the witch is not there.
Oh, no.
What form will I take?
Yeah. Still a depression in the bed.
Door opens, and zombie Sarah comes over. And I gotta say,
this is great.
This is a really intense, awful-looking zombie with the eyes, like, giggling kind of
She's got
maniacally.
Those full scleral glass lenses that have the pins sticking out of them, and you know that is fucking painful as shit for her to be wearing as she stumbles blindly forward with is it a knife or a straight razor? Maybe, I can't remember which.
Something. I think it's a knife.
We love both in Italian movies. Switchblades, straight razors, and knives. Those are the giallo weapons of choice.
Oh.
And dogs.
But Susie has a little something of her own, right? What did she pick up? She's got some sort of knife or dagger. Did she get it in the room?
Does she take a tail from the bird with the crystal plumage?
Yes, the bird with the crystal plumage. All of this stuff in this room is very, Kabbalistic, occult.
Yeah,
There's all evil eyes everywhere and,
Yeah.
Sacrificial bowls and daggers. And then you have that bird, which looks like it came out of like fucking discotheque bathroom in 1976. It's just like sort of weird colors. And
Burt Reynolds' cocaine room.
Oh my God, totally. Totally.
Can't get Jerry Reed out of the fucking crystal bird room.
I'd say I want to do a sequel to Smokey and the Bandit. Sounds great. Yeah, but she's got one of these pokey things from that bird, and she sees the invisible outline of someone on the bed.
Yeah,
right?
the lightning flash. Yeah.
Lightning flash, you see. And so she stabs into the neck.
Yeah.
You see the frayed, zombified flesh of Helena Marcos, the Black Queen herself, as this thing penetrates her neck.
Did you know that the actress that played that really only did one movie? Her name was Leila Svasta. And according to rumors, Dario discovered her on the streets of Rome. She's an ex-prostitute, and she was 90 years old.
Whoa, the woman that played it in this movie.
Yeah, in this movie.
Wow.
She's a 90-year-old ex-prostitute. And then they just put some latex and weird things on her face to make it seem even more fucked up. But yeah, how wild is that?
That is crazy.
So this has been another... that's how we do it. We find them under the streets.
Prostituta.
Prostituti.
Well, after Helena Marcos gets stuck in the neck, the coven immediately starts coughing up blood.
Yeah.
Like, all the witches in the other room, they're writhing in agony. Blood's coming out of their fucking eyes and mouth. Screaming, and the whole house. The storm is going again.
Fucking come apart.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of the old trope of when the sorcerer is killed, the castle falls down around them, right? So Susie's got to run out of there in time, and as it's coming apart, shit's falling from the ceiling, stuff's tipping over. She makes it back outside into the storm and runs away, sort of half jogs away from the building. And gives like a little laugh, like
a little smirk. Yeah.
Yeah. And it almost, I felt like, should have freeze framed.
Total
there.
Freeze frame. Rockford Files credits. Yeah.
Yes. And the witches scream, and that's all she wrote for Suspiria.
Fire blows out of the window, close up of the burning window, and
oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you're like, huh? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
What a ride. I mean, mood, atmosphere.
Yeah. I mean, we joked about it not making sense, and you would almost think, oh, stupid movie. But I love this movie.
Yeah, I believe it. It's not my favorite, but I don't really take away anything for the fact that it doesn't make sense, because I feel like that's not the point.
This movie is like putting on a good album. You like the record, you listen to it. You listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
You like the movie because of its atmosphere and its color. And sure, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but it looks and sounds great, and it's a fun ride.
It's much more about the emotional life and the inner turmoil and what the director is trying to showcase about the emotionality of a scene.
Sure. How many straight pins to the eyes would you give
pins to the eyes?
Suspiria?
Well, you're going to be upset with me.
No.
I'm going to give it 7.5. I think it's...
That's not going to upset me.
I think it's a good movie. I think it's a good movie to reiterate, yet again, mood and setting are what this is about.
Yeah.
It has that in common with The Shining. I think The Shining is a much better movie at the end of the day than this one is. So I'm going to give it 7.5. I think it's definitely a must-watch. If you're really a horror hound and really into the genre and want to expand your taste and haven't seen this one yet, you got to check this one out.
7.5 doesn't bother me. I give this 9 straight pins to the eyes.
9.
Because I think this
King
movie
Fancy
is absolutely King Fancy. It is what you want. It's the best Italian horror film there is, I think. I can't think of one that I liked better.
You like this one more than Zombie?
I do. I love Zombie, but I think this is a better art piece. Zombie is not an art piece. Zombie is a fun movie. This is a film. So yeah, it's a 9. I almost thought 9.5, but I got to deduct some stuff because I wish it was not ADR'd.
Yeah.
That would be great.
The dubbing is rough.
And if some of the acting was a little bit better.
Yep.
There is a plot in there. There is a story in there that could be massaged into something pretty fabulous, I think. But the sound and the look of this movie is a 9.
My other big issue with it, I think, is just that you get introduced to so many of these wonderful, kooky characters, and they're really underutilized, I think.
Sure.
Certainly the lurch-looking guy, Pablo, has a menace to him just because he's so big and he's got those weird teeth. But, like, what's up with that little boy? What's up with the Taskmaster? Madame Blanc really doesn't get a chance to be sinister or anything like that.
You can say anything to Pablo. It doesn't matter. Look at his fake teeth. He is so stupid.
I do enjoy how bold a lot of dubbing is. Straightforward, without much inflection, or with too much inflection at times.
Yeah. But it's almost like the bad qualities, the bad dubbing, as it were, and the lack of attention to the acting make me forgive it in a way that I'm just going to watch this for the music and the lights and the mood and the setting.
This movie made me want to watch more Dario movies. And as soon as I finished it, I watched Inferno. And Inferno, again, doesn't make sense. Very deep, artistic, same color palettes, a lot more blues and purples in Inferno. But there's some fantastic set pieces. And again, it just doesn't make a ton of sense, and the acting isn't great, but kind of cool.
I haven't seen that one, but would like to check it out. And honestly, I'm sorry to say it, but watching this one and being like, what is that all about? Did make me want to watch the remake, just to know, like, did you address any of these issues with the story? Like, what these witches really want? Are they trying to absorb the youth of these kids? Is that what this whole thing is about? Like, having this dance school and keeping this woman alive? Like, what is the ultimate motivation for these witches? I'm a little unclear. You know, the one guy says they want to accrue wealth and power, and they do that by causing suffering. So I was like, are you making the kids suffer? Is that what making her fall down and hemorrhage in the dance studio was about? But it never really gets connected for me with any larger motivation from the villains. And I don't know. If I didn't see the remake, but if I was gonna remake it, that would certainly be something I would want to address.
Sure. You know, and one of the things I forgot to address is that there's this whole myth of like 107-minute director's cut. And that is because one of the trailers said the only thing more terrifying than the last 12 minutes of Suspiria is the first 92. But the movie is actually only 95 minutes with credits because it's 92 minutes with 3 minutes of credits. So this was someone's mistake in the marketing department that made people think, oh, there's a longer version out there.
Wow.
How come we haven't seen the 107-minute version, including credits? It's because it doesn't exist, asshole. The uncut version that you're seeing is 98 minutes with credits.
Wow. So. Well, should we step into the lobby and then we can talk about weapons?
Weapons. Sounds good. I'll see you out there.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the diva to get ourselves a treat.
Especially things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Oh, my goodness, we're back. We're back from the lobby.
Oh, yes. I had a spaghetti and a meatballs out there.
Oh, I got the popcorn with the flaming hot Cheetos in it.
Ah, he's a very Italian.
It's not Italian, but it's delicious.
He's a very good.
Oh, we're here to talk about 2025's Weapons.
Yes, that's right. Weapons, a film that I was lucky enough to work on. And I will say this right out of the gate. I read the script to Weapons when it came to us in the shop, sent by a producer. I read it and I went, oh, shit. And I went to Jason and said, we have to fucking do this movie. And then he read it. And then, luckily enough, the person that got the makeup department head, Leo, he told production that he wanted to work with us because we came recommended from a good friend of his. So it was like kind of magical how we just got tied into this movie. And we knew it was Zach Kreger, and we knew that was the Barbarian guy. Sure. That was like, okay, let's look at it with that eye right away. And I hadn't seen Barbarian. So that weekend, I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay. This is an odd movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Barbarian?
I actually watched it a couple of weeks ago in preparation for watching Weapons.
Okay.
You know, Barbarian got a lot of buzz.
It's like one movie, get out of the bus. Another movie.
Yeah. I'd tell you, when it first came out, Barbarian had a lot of hype from the horror community, right? I'm glad I let that hype abate a little bit before I went and saw it. I do enjoy that movie. You know, I even enjoy the turn that it takes too, but I don't dig how superhuman the creature at the end gets. Like, nigh on invincible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no reason biologically I could figure out that that thing would be able to survive some of the stuff that it does.
Yeah, it's a little absurd at the end.
But I did dig it. Knowing Detroit, as I do, it's sort of like, boy, you did not do your research on your Airbnb.
Yeah.
Just zoom out on the Google map a little bit and be
you're gonna be like,
whoa.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
I think all these buildings are burned down. Is there a Yelp review for this shell of a building here that at one time was a diner?
Yes.
You got a little something?
Oh my gosh. Well, the writer-director of Barbarian has cooked up another tasty dish.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens when all the kids in Miss Grandy's class leave their house at 2:17 in the morning and never come back? Well, Zach Kreger didn't know when he started writing it, but he took a heavy dose of personal tragedy, sprinkled in some first-hand experience with addiction, spiced it up with some tasty surprises and gnarly effects. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
And then mixed it all together and separated it out Magnolia style.
Oh, yeah.
It started as a half-baked idea, rose to become a fully formed original horror story.
Nice.
Through Kreger's direction, Weapons centers on a delicious mystery with a well-seasoned cast who each get a chance to shine when the story hops to their point of view. Each turn reveals a bit more of the mystery and teases the audience to stay until the just desserts of the last course. But tell me, Mike, you taking seconds of Weapons? Or are you scraping this one into the bin?
Oh, I like how you correlated everything to food. Even words like hops. Like you really stretched it out there to lean into food. Like I wish Weapons was about an evil cook.
Me too. I don't know. I was just trying to do something, and
That's good.
I was like, oh, well, it'll be like food references.
That's good. That's good.
I will say, spoiler alert: Weapons is not about an evil cook. So
Yeah. So, if you were gathering that,
the lunch lady is not the villain of Weapons.
yeah, the lunch ladies is cool.
I'll give you that one for
that
free.
would be pretty cool.
Anyway,
What did I think of Weapons?
Weapons. Yeah.
I really like this movie a lot.
Tell me why. Tell me why.
Well, again, when I read the script, I was kind of blown away because I knew nothing about it. First of all, the title, very misleading.
Yeah.
Like Weapons. Okay. I assumed at the time this is a made up fake title because they don't know what they're going to call it yet. Because a lot of times you'll get like Untitled Zach Kreger Project. Or
Still not a fan of the title, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, neither am I. I mean, I understand a little bit why the title is chosen.
Yeah, they say it in the movie.
Yeah, but I really think this movie is well put together. It is more than one movie wrapped up into one. Again, like Barbarian, I feel like it has very different acts.
Yeah, and not just because it is a non-linear narrative, right?
Yes.
And Zach Kreger is a big fan of the movie Magnolia and wanted to tell a story like that so you get multiple characters' points of view. And each time they'll spend like 15 minutes on one character, and then they'll hop to a different one, and you will see the story from that character's point of view, and there will be some overlap, and also a little bit more of the story will unfold. In a similar way to how Magnolia did that. Around one central event, many different stories being told. But yes, there's also a pretty clear turn in it.
Oh, absolutely.
It kind of got me wondering is that going to be Zach Kreger's shtick? You know what I mean?
Right. Like the M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong.
It's got to have a twist in the end.
Twist in the end,
Is Zach Kreger going to have something where, like, at some point in the movie, it's going to take a left turn, you know, and you're either here for it or you're not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for this one.
I am too. I think the acting is good. I think the storytelling is good. It read exactly as it was filmed. So the script was the same. You're following a character up to a point. You're following another character in that same timeline up to a point. You're following a third character in that same timeline up to a point. They're all going to converge. And on the page, I felt it was really fucking well done. And then when I see it in the theater, I think it's really fucking well done.
Yeah, and kudos to their marketing department, too, for not giving anything away. You know, we were talking about Companion a few episodes back, and I was like, why you gotta spoil that? In this one, he started out writing it with the question, what happened to all the kids? Right? It's the tagline of the movie. It's in the trailer. At 2:17 in the morning, one day, all the kids but one in this second grade classroom.
Yeah, Mrs. Gandy's class.
Yeah. They all get up out of bed and run out of their house. And
never to be seen again.
There you go. Yeah. And when Zach Kreger was writing it, he had that hook. And he's like, oh, I like that hook. And he started writing it, and he didn't know where it was going to go. That's all he had.
That's pretty cool.
And so he had kids at school, so I got a teacher.
Yep.
The kids had disappeared, so now I've got an angry parent. Yep. And he started building out the characters that way. And then listening to interviews, he was like, yeah, I got about 50 pages in. And then he realized, I got my answer now. This is the answer. And he went back and
Which we're not going to tell you, because this is the spoiler-free part.
Yes. We will not tell you. Yeah. And this was his way of dealing with some very personal tragedy that he had. He had a very good friend and a writing partner who died suddenly, unexpectedly. And he was writing this not about that experience, but just as a way to constructively cope with that experience.
With the grieving process, yeah.
And every one of the characters who has that point of view in this movie started out as an aspect of his grief. You know, one of the characters was like representing guilt, and the other character was representing anger, and another character was representing just the rock bottom feeling of loss and listlessness. And I I think the cast does a great job. This is Julia Garner.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. Josh Brolin, Alden Ehrenreich, Benedict Wong. Everybody does a fantastic job. And I think it's amazing that as they were being written, they were written as like the aspects of grief, but they're all very well-developed characters, fully fleshed out human beings, and each one of them, I think, shines in their segments. I have to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the movie Magnolia. I think Magnolia's got great scenes in it, but to me, Magnolia was never better than the sum of its parts. Like, the individual scenes, I think, are great. The entire movie, I kind of felt like
it's a good bunch of shorts and character pieces, but ties together poorly.
And some of them are terrific, and some of the acting is like, you blow the top of your head off good in that movie.
Yeah.
This movie, however, I think it is better than the sum of its parts. I think all those little things, for me, they add up into a really satisfying experience.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you like it. Are we gonna rate it now?
What do you want to rate it with? Thorns?
Yeah. Thorny branches.
How many thorny branches are you going to give weapons?
I think it's a very well-crafted film. I think it's very well acted. I don't know if it's long or if it just feels like it's kind of long. And I think there is a tonal shift at the end that is different from the first half of the movie that changes it a little bit for me in the same way that 28 Years Later did.
You mean like in the climax at the very end of the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm not going to spoil any of it, but I don't think that hurts this too much. So I'm still going to give it 8 thorny branches.
I thought this was fantastic. I'm going to give this one 8.5 thorny branches.
Nice.
I loved the narrative structure of this movie. I really enjoy this one a lot. You know, I got out of the movie theater and I thought, God damn, they're making good horror movies these days.
Yeah, they really are. They're letting people make good horror movies is what's happening. There's less studio interference.
This is another example of writer-director, right?
Yeah.
He had the story and took the reins on it and did a wonderful job. Yeah, I don't know if it's just because we started this podcast about a year ago and I have seen some just absolutely tremendous horror films.
Yeah.
That they've always been out there. They've been out there the last couple of years. I just feel like right now
it's a boon.
Every few weeks I'm seeing like another fucking stellar movie that can hold up to anything, any genre. You know, the caveat of it's good for a horror movie is starting to fade away. No, this is just a good movie. Yeah. You know, whether or not you personally have the stomach or the heart to watch some of the horror elements of it, well, that's something that you have to decide as an audience member, but you can't deny these are fucking good pictures, man.
Yeah, they really are. And I'm glad you brought it up because tonight, as we record this, is 3 days before our 1-year anniversary of releasing our very first episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's, I don't know. I guess we're happy?
Yeah. Well, I feel like we've been doing something cool and something special. And I like spreading the word about it. So why don't we tell them before we head into the lobby and spoil the whole damn thing?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people where they can find us?
All right. Well, here we are. It's been a great year. And I'm really, really happy with the show that we have. And we've gathered a bunch of fans along the way, and we're gathering more and more each time we put out a new episode. It just sort of tracks a little further. And if you want to become a member of the whole damn family, join our Patreon. We got $1, $2, and $4 levels. At the $4 level, you're going to get all kinds of fun extras. At either the $1, $2, or $4 level, you're also going to get access to our Discord, where we got a nice little community of people that chat back and forth and crack jokes and ask questions of each other and comment on the episodes and ask questions of us, and we interact with them and have a good time. We also do a lot of watch-alongs. We've done like 4 or maybe 5 now where we've watched movies with people in the Discord and done like a live commentary track and then had like a mini show after. You're not going to get that if you're just listening to us on the public waves of the internet. You're only going to get that if you join the Patreon, where you get all those extra special shows and things we cut out.
And an ad-free version of the show, which is always cool.
I'm having a blast every time we do it. And I think this is great. I love you, brother.
Yeah, I love you too. So become a member of the whole damn family. Join our Patreon. We're having a great time. You can also find us on all the socials. The whole damn thing 13 on Instagram. We've also got a Facebook page, TikTok. Check us out. Join in on the conversation. Join in on the fun. And if you want to send us a personal note, you can always email us at thewholedamnthing13@gmail.com. We love interacting with our fans. And we're not afraid to receive your hate mail. Have we gotten a piece of hate mail? You got threatened with it. Somebody was like, I can't believe you, like, from dusk till dawn more than 28 years later.
Yeah, I was threatened. They were going to
send you hate mail, and they never
with
did.
Hate mail, and yet I have not received hate mail. So, again, I'm going to say Dusk Till Dawn is so much fucking better than 28 Days Later. 28 Days Later is a literal shit show.
28 Days Later, yeah. I'm going to disagree with you on that one, too.
Oh, sure, whatever. Why don't you write me an email about it? I'll read it on the air. I don't fucking care.
But no, come along with us. It's 1 year, many more years to come.
Hold on.
Lots of good movies.
It's 28 weeks later. It's coming up. Here, this is backing up.
That was...
Sorry, we're just going to dump this script right here, if that's okay.
We'll be right back to spoil the whole damn thing with weapons.
Hell yeah.
To visit our snack bar and treat yourself to some delicious Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches. Cook the Castleberry way, slowly over open pits of glowing charcoal, then seasoned with a sauce that's zesty, yet delightfully mild to please the entire family. Also at the snack bar, you'll find popcorn and soft drinks and candy and French fries to go with your Castleberry's barbecue sandwiches. There's plenty of time before the movie starts, so visit our snack bar right now for Castleberry's pit-cooked barbecue sandwiches.
And now, on with the show.
And we are back to spoil the whole damn thing, weapons. James, how does this movie start out?
With some voiceover.
Just like Suspiria.
Yeah. Little girl basically sets the table. Every kid but one from
Mrs. Gandy's class
at 2:17 in the morning got out of bed, ran out of the house, and were never seen again.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, maybe not never again. But
no, well, here's the thing. First problem with this movie is they do say that.
Oh,
and
do
then
they?
It is also on the poster. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Oh, spoiler alert. They are seen again.
You're listening to the spoiler section here, and we're going to get into it. But the voiceover sets the table. All these kids left, and they have been gone for a month. Nobody knows where they went. The town is grieving, but eventually the school had to open again because the kids
got to move on.
The kids that are still left got to go back. And it starts with a conference, like a
town hall meeting at the school.
And everyone is there, and parents are pissed off, and this is where you meet Justine, played by Julia Garner. Justine Gandy stands up. She is the teacher whose class all these kids disappeared.
Yeah, every kid but one disappeared.
Except one. Except Alex is his name. Well, all the parents are still distraught, obviously, and they're demanding answers. What happened to our kids? She must know. There's something that she's not telling us. Why is it that all of them got up? There's something up here. And
what was she teaching? She's a witch.
Yeah. Yes. Josh Brolin's character stands up. He is an angry father, yelling and it wants answers. And essentially, Justine is up there saying, like, no, I don't know what's happened. Listen, I loved those kids too. I know you want answers. I want answers just as badly as you do. And they're booing her, essentially screaming at her. And the counselor who's sort of leading this whole meeting takes her to her car. Is like, is there some place that you can stay tonight? Because these people are pretty charged up. And she's like, no, I'll be fine. I'm just gonna head home.
You get some good creepy moments when she gets home, feeling like she's being followed and feeling like eyes are on her when she goes to the liquor store to grab a bottle or 2 bottles of vodka or whatever it is, and going back to her home. And then she's wandering around in there and feeling just kind of creepy and alone, and then suddenly someone's ringing the doorbell or knocking on the door, and she's slowly making her way to try and see who that is, and doesn't see anybody and steps away, and then there's the incessant pounding on the door.
Bam, 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 bam on the door. She freaks out. What the fuck is it?
Races out there to look and see who it is, but of course no one's out there.
And whenever Julia Garner gets like that switch on her, where she goes from being a little startled to like, I'm going to take control of this situation, you can't help but see Ruth from Ozark.
Oh, you're absolutely.
Like, watch the fuck out, because here she comes.
She's going to get a shotgun out of the broom closet for sure.
Yes. So she goes out there and she doesn't see anything, but somebody has painted witch on the side of her car in big red letters.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, she had stopped at a liquor store to pick up a bottle or two. And I know when Zach Kreger was writing this, he has had personal experience with addiction and grew up in a household with alcoholic parents, and his friend that had passed away, they also found like alcohol contributed to his accidental death. So that was part of dealing with her substance abuse problem in this movie. As you will see, she relies on booze pretty heavily throughout this.
Yeah.
Was a personal touch.
Definitely her
Zach
crutch,
Kreger.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, she will go back to school, back to her life, trying to figure things out. And Benedict Wong, who plays Marcus, who is the principal at the school, is talking to her. And he's like, things are pretty tense right now. Maybe it's better if you took some time off. Keep your distance away. People are still pretty hot. It seems like she's being let go. And she says, well, how's Alex? I would really like to speak with him. And Marcus is like, no, absolutely not. I do not think that is a good idea. You have to stay away from him. And she starts to plead with him, and Marcus is like, listen, you have a history of crossing the line with students before. And you get a little backstory about how she drove a kid home from school because she missed the bus and she was
all
crying.
Things that seem super harmless, right?
And she's like, please, you've got to let me talk with him. And Marcus is digging his heels and he's like, no. And she's like, please, we're the only ones left. I need to talk to him. Well, the answer is no. So she, defeated, will be crying in her car. And you see, as she's in there, there's a cop that's at the school, and she catches eyes with another police officer, and right away, you get this look of recognition. Like, oh, who's this cop? How do they know each other? Is there some sort of romance? Well, the next scene takes place at a bar. The cop comes in.
She offers him a drink, and he's like, no.
No. Yeah, no thanks. I don't do that anymore. She's like, how's Donna or whatever? Like
obviously his wife or girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
And you do get the feeling that he is recovering alcoholic who shouldn't be in a bar talking to her, and probably, I'll just have a water or a Diet Coke or whatever it is that he orders.
Yeah, he has a Coke, and she's like, really? A Coke?
Yeah.
And it's always a bold move when they take who looks like they're going to be the protagonist of the film, right? Like this teacher, and immediately within the first couple of scenes, you see her acting in a way that is
kind of shitty
and shitty. Because she's like obviously trying to be a bad influence on this guy.
Absolutely.
Trying to get him to take a drink when he doesn't want to. But they have this scene, there's obviously a history between them, and he kind of warms up a little, and she's talking about how she's having trouble. Everybody in the town thinks that I'm a witch. Come on, have a drink with me. No, I'm not going to have a drink with you. And then cut to the morning when he's in bed, and she's waking him up with fucking Nilsson. Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up in the morning.
Do they have sex first? Do they show like he's like, nope, and then it's a quick smash cut to
I don't a smash cut indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know if they show it this time or if they show it later, because
I think it's his POV.
Because as we've discussed, these point of views will overlap a lot in some great ways, where it'll reveal a little bit of the backstory and also push the narrative a little bit further each time. I don't know if we get the smash cut then, but they've definitely spent the night together. And he was definitely drinking, because she will have to give him a ride to his car.
He's got that hangover look.
And she's kind of pressing him like, do the cops know anything? What's going on with this investigation? I haven't heard about any new leads. And he's like, listen, just leave the investigating to the investigators. All right? Yeah. Seems to end nice. He gets out, and then she's in the car, and she's like, suck my dick.
Yeah.
She's just pissed off, right?
Totally.
I don't know if she had gone through that whole thing the night before just to try and like squeeze some information out of him.
I mean, she's definitely hungry for information this entire movie. She keeps trying to like, oh, I want to talk to the little boy. I want to talk to Alex.
Yeah, she's already had that conversation with the principal, and now she just decides, fuck it. I'm going to talk with Alex.
I'm going to follow him home.
So she follows him home.
Yeah, let's do some things that are really bad ideas.
Yeah. She sees him go inside.
Mm-hmm.
Door opens. He walks inside. Door closes.
Mm-hmm.
She goes up to the house. She knocks on the door. Nobody response.
Answers. Yeah.
What's this on the window? Are the windows? They're all covered with newspaper from the inside.
Yeah, very odd.
Weird. Walks around the house and peeking through the window and sees the silhouettes of two people
sitting on the couch. Scares the shit out of her.
Yeah.
Because it's a darkened room. They're just silhouettes.
Yeah.
Not moving. She stumbles back, falls over something, makes a whole lot of noise, and thinks, oh my God, I'm caught.
Yeah.
But no one comes.
Yeah. She drives away and she gets on the phone and she calls Marcus,
the principal.
Benedict Wong. Yeah. And she's like, look, you got to check up on Alex. You got to do like a wellness check. I was just over at his house. And he's like, what are you doing? I told you, stay away from the house.
Yeah.
Stay away from the house.
He really does legitimately try and help her continually.
Oh my goodness, yes. He's super helpful. I think he plays the right card every time in this movie, as we will get into his point of view a little bit later on. He's like, just stay away. So she goes back to the liquor store, I guess she polished off that bottle of vodka already. And she is followed in and assaulted by a woman.
Yeah. Donna.
You fuck him. Well, what, Donna? I'm sorry. She pushes her over. She unscrews a bottle of vodka, pours it all over.
Yeah. Humiliating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she pushed this woman's fiance, I think, off the wagon and then had sex with him. So, yeah.
What? No.
That's right,
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
This woman is a harpy.
She is having a rough day. She's dead end with Alex. The principal says stay away.
Kind of dug her own
vodka
hole,
poured on her, so she's kind of stumbling around her house that night. It's apparent that she's had a few too many vodka and tonics. And then you see her in bed and get out of bed. And this was something that I saw Zach Kreger talk about, was that he really gets annoyed when movies do the sudden reveal that it's all a dream. Something weird happens and then somebody wakes up in bed like, oh, and it's all a dream. He's like, I hate that. And I will never do that in a movie. So he said,
really?
Well, what he said, my secret is, you'll know it's a nightmare. I tell you it's a nightmare in the beginning. Because like in this, she gets out of bed. Later on, Josh Brolin will have the same thing happen to him. But his also starts with him looking at himself sleeping in bed before he does it.
Sure.
So he's very keen on letting you know this is a nightmare. And she gets up and she walks through her house, and then it becomes the school at night. And she walks into her classroom and all the kids are there and they've all got their heads
pretty creepy
down
moment.
on their desk.
Pretty fucking creepy moment.
Yeah, absolutely creepy.
Yeah.
It's dark in there and she's looking, and then Alex, the one kid, who didn't disappear, she's looking at him and he raises his head up and he's got like this garish clown makeup on. I mean, it's like red smeared around the lips and sort of like caked on clown white and blue eye shadow or whatever on.
Yeah, it's really
smiling.
creepy. Yeah.
And she wakes up in bed and then takes a breath and they do the old
double nightmare.
The double dream.
The old Patrick Stewart double take. Or the triple take.
Someone on the ceiling of her room. This woman with the same sort of garish clown makeup on. Giant smile. Second time she wakes up.
It's a little Pennywise. Little shades of Pennywise. That's Homegirl's going out look.
I know. Well, this time, the next morning, she stops Alex on his way home. And he just screams at her, "Don't follow me. And she does follow him. I think she knocks right on his door. Knock, 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 knock. No answer. Knock, knock, knock. I know you're in there. Knock, knock, knock. No one's answering it, so she decides to stake out the house. She's just like, fine. She's in her car. She's across the street. She's there. And then cut to her in the car. Night has fallen. Pouring vodka into her fountain drink. Sipping on it. Another cut. She's asleep in her car. And then you get this shot where the door of the house opens.
Yeah.
And the woman who you saw in silhouette from the couch kind of toddles out of the front door. Like, kind of stiff-legged and moving a bit like a puppet, And she's got something in her hand. She goes all the way towards the car, and Miss Gandy is asleep there, and the figure just walks past her on the driver's side, and then you just hear the car door open on the back seat.
Yeah.
And then
which is pretty good, because you don't see it.
Back there. No. And then you see in the hand were scissors, and cuts off a lock of her hair.
Yeah.
And
took a lot of hair. Took an awful lot of hair. How does she not notice that in the next morning?
I don't know, but I don't think we get to the next morning because you go to the next character's point of view right here.
I guess you're right.
That.
Yeah, you go to Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
right?
It's super creepy. It's like you get that fucking scare of what is going on here, and then switches over to Archer as Josh Brolin's character.
Yeah.
He's sleeping in his missing son's bedroom, and he spends a lot of his time watching the Ring camera footage of the kids.
Over and over and over.
The voiceover talked about it in the beginning, like a lot of parents had Ring cameras. And so you see all this footage of kids, and they're all running in the same fashion. You see it on the movie poster where their arms are stuck straight out to their sides.
This does bring up another flaw, I think, in the movie.
Triangle. Ooh, what's that?
If there are so many Ring cameras, why couldn't they tell where the kids went?
Yeah. The fact that now Josh Brolin, Archer, he will use them to triangulate the position. And it
seems like it would have been easier to do that.
Detectives could have done that, I think.
Yeah.
I've actually got that marked down as a problem with this movie, too. However, it's fun to watch him because he's a builder
who's letting his job fall apart. The guys are getting mad at him because he's ordering the wrong paint. Oh, that door was supposed to be green. Oh, you ordered red. Okay. He puts the cans of red paint in the back, and you're like, the red paint on the car. He did it.
Yeah, he did it. And that's how these narratives are informing on each other,
themselves together.
Overlapping and stuff. He's at the police station. He's talking to the cops, and he's like, she knows. He's pissed at the teacher. She knows something. She's free as a bird. And, I've done some digging. She had a DUI. She had an inappropriate relationship with a student. He's talking about the fact that she gave a ride home to the one girl, the crying girl. But he's convinced that she's done something. And you also find out, like, earlier when she was going home and looking over her shoulder, like, is somebody following me? And didn't seem like anyone was there. He is there in his truck spying on her. He's obsessing, and he's back looking at that footage again, sleeping in his son's bed. And then he's dreaming it's 2:17. And this is when he sees himself in bed, and the door opens. And he sees Matthew run. Matthew.
He sees him and he chases him. And he's chasing after him, but he's losing him.
And he goes into the brush. There's a bunch of forest and brush, and he runs through it. And then he essentially comes out, and he is facing his house again.
Yeah.
And this is where you get the floating gun.
Yeah, with the 217 on it. Which everyone on the internet is like, what's with the fucking floating gun with the clock on it?
I don't get it either. I've heard some people say that this movie could be like an allegory for all the school shootings and stuff like that. And I got to be honest, I don't really see that in the movie. I mean, it is about a bunch of missing kids from an elementary school. I think you could make that kind of connection. Didn't
one
really
of the gun votes or anti-gun violence votes go down by a vote of 217 to something? I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't know.
I had heard internet conspiracy theorists were saying.
I had heard that he picked 217 because it was close to when his friend died. Because he died like around 2:30 in the morning or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know what that gun means. It's certainly
a weapon.
Question. It is a weapon.
It's a movie about weapons. It's a weapon.
I don't know. This one doesn't connect for me. But anyway, he's run out of his house through the brush, comes out of the brush, and he's looking right at his house again. And he goes into the house, up to his son's room. His son is there, Matthew, and James Brolin starts breaking down like, I'm so sorry. I didn't say it. I should have said it. I didn't say I love you enough.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how it happens, if his son turns over or it just happens, but clown face jump scare.
Yeah, good jump scare.
Oh, shit, it is a good one. What the fuck is with this clown face?
Yeah.
The next morning, he's got his survey map out, and this is when he's going to do the triangulating, right? Like, he's looked at the ring footage, he sees this radio tower, and he draws a line, and then he finds one of the other families, and he uses their ring cam footage and draws another line, and then where they intersect, he has like this circle that he puts on there, like, okay, they seem to both have been heading this way. Again, perhaps the police detectives could have done this.
Yeah.
It's been a month, guys. Well, as he's driving around, he sees the Witchmobile, right? And he sees Miss Gandy pumping gas, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna
go talk to her."
He gets out of his truck. He's like, "Hey, you!" And she's already kind of afraid, nerve. What? What do you want? He starts talking to her. You know something you're not telling, and they get into a little bit of an argument. And as they do, Miss Gandy kind of looks over her shoulder, and she sees somebody running in the distance, straight line for her, running with his arms sticking out, just like
the kids. Yeah.
Marcus, face all bloody, eyes bugging out, bursts on the scene, fucking tackles her, boom,
immediately trying to choke her out, and
bam, and then we go to Paul.
We cut immediately to Paul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We cut to Paul, the cop.
Yep.
Who she had sex with. And it's like, where the fuck is this movie going now?
Yeah. And then it's his point of view of going to the bar and seeing her and
well, you get him in the cop shop. He's in the locker room and he's talking with his fiance, and she's having a conversation about ovulating and we're gonna start a family, and he looks really kind of non-committal about it, because
he does.
He's on the phone, she can't see him, and he just kind of looks a little bit daunted, a little bit bored with the whole prospect. And she's like, hey, you got to go to a meeting. He's like, I'll go to a meeting when I feel like I need to go to a meeting, meaning an AA meeting. And she's like, no, that's not the point. Go to the meeting, stay strong, stay with it, trying to be a good influence on
him. Yeah. She's not wrong.
Yeah.
She's not wrong at all, Paul.
And she's talking about her family and plans they have to go out to dinner with her dad. And as he leaves the locker room, you realize, like, oh shit, her dad is the chief of police here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so he leaves the police department, and as he's driving around, he sees a sketchy looking dude that we'd seen earlier in the movie.
Yep.
On the periphery, but this guy looks like he's trying to break into
a window of a business.
With a screwdriver. He gets on the speaker. He's like,
"Hey, stop that right there!"
Yeah.
And guy's like, oh, takes off. So he flips on the lights and the siren and starts going around the corner, and eventually cuts this guy off, tackles him, bam, zip ties him. This guy is a rather strung out looking dude. Looks like he's been living on the street for a little bit. And Paul, the police officer, is patting him down. He's like, all right, I'm going to check your pockets. Nothing's going to poke me if I check your pockets, right? And the guy's like, no. He's like, I'm not fucking around. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I don't want any problems. So, like, if you've got anything in your pockets, let me know. And the guy's like, no, there's nothing in there. So Paul's like, okay, and he sticks his hand in his pockets and ow, immediately gets fucking pricked by a syringe. And he's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just
lays him out cold.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I don't blame him at all for that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. No, totally.
But he
gives him the old Detroit two-step.
He knows that this is not kosher because there's a camera in the car that's recording, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So he unplugs it, and then he wakes the guy up.
He's like, hey, you're okay, right? You good? Yeah, okay, come on. Gonna let you off with a warning.
But here's the thing. If I see you around here again, I'm gonna fucking take you down. So get out of here. I don't ever want to see you again. Oh, yeah, sure, man. Whatever. So he lets the vagrant go, and then he ends up going and telling the police chief, like, look, man, I fucked up, but this is the whole story. And the chief is like, yeah, you did fuck up. And here's the thing. Best case scenario, we never see that guy again. But if he does end up filing a complaint, you're going to be in big trouble. Oh,
we can't bury that footage, but it will exist for at least a month, and then it's going to get recorded over if no one makes a complaint. Yeah.
So he's having a shit day, right? He fucking pricked himself. His wife is trying to get pregnant, and he's not too thrilled about it. And he had to go eat a shit burger in front of his father-in-law. And it's eventually meets up with Miss Gandy in the bar, and then smash cut to fucking.
Yeah.
Gets a ride home the next day. His wife has come back early from her little vacation.
Yeah. So-and-so got sick, and we got to come home early. Oh, hey.
Where have you been?
Nowhere. I was just out. I gotta go.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Goes back to the station. The chief is glaring at him. Oh my fucking God. It's the next day. So his father-in-law knows his job's probably in jeopardy.
Got pricked with a needle. He could have AIDS. His fiance knows he fucked his ex-girlfriend.
He fell off the wagon.
Yeah. What else has gone wrong with Paul?
Leaves the station, and then who is walking towards the police station but the perp that he busted yesterday, James.
Probably coming to narc on him.
Hey! What did I tell you?
Yeah, he just unloads, tears after him.
And then we cut to James's story. You know, this is the sketchy looking dude. He's in a tent. It's raining. He's out in the woods. He's trying to, scrape some resin out of his fucking crack pipe or whatever.
Yeah, he can't get enough to get high. He's freaking out.
Getting twitchier and angrier. And he's calling anybody he can to try and scrape up money. He's striking out everywhere. He manages to open a car door and finds like a kid's tablet or something. Goes to the pawn shop. The pawn shop guy's like, no way, I'm not. I'm not buying this.
Not interested in a
this?
Pink child's iPad.
Fuck. So he's all itchy and twitchy, and finally takes a screwdriver, and he's looking at the back window of this place, and that's when the cop sees him. Oh shit. Yeah. There's the chase again.
Yeah.
And
seeing it from his point of view, and then getting knocked out.
Yep. And let go. If I ever see you again, so help me. All right, fuck. Now, pouring rain, and our junkie is more and more desperate. He's walking through a neighborhood, and he sees a house, and I think it's because the newspapers have all been delivered, but they're all just...
Yeah, they're all in the front in the driveway, so he knows nobody's picked them up.
So he goes to figure out, what's in this house?
Try the front door. No, it's locked. Go around to the back.
And he climbs up a lattice and into the second floor window. Opens it up.
Making all kind of noise.
Cluttered with shit, too. It's like somebody just moved everything into this room in a random pile. And he goes down into the first floor, and he's like, ooh, fucking... a game console and Willow on DVD.
Yeah.
Funny little touch.
Exactly.
Fucking love Willow.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And then, oh my God.
Yeah. Turns around. There's the couple still sitting on the couch. They haven't moved.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Are you okay? And he's like waving his hand in front of him, and he realizes pretty quickly they're catatonic. Oh, what the fuck is going on?
Drugged or something's going on, but he gets that false sense of security. Well, maybe I can just rob this place and keep going. Checking over his shoulder every now and again to see if they move. Yeah.
He'd taken a pillowcase off one of the pillows and he's putting shit in it and he's emptying all the silverware into the thing and sees another door and he opens it up and it leads to the basement.
Oh, to the basement where he goes
down
the kids.
And he sees all the kids.
Yeah.
In the basement.
Yeah. And he turns around and freaks out and goes up the stairs, and that's when they get off the couch.
Because all the kids turn and look at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, God. And then they get up off the couch, and he is fucking out the door.
Yeah.
Cut to the pawn shop.
Where he's giving the shit away.
Stack cash. He's like, great.
Yeah.
And then he sees on the wall of the pawn shop, reward, $50,000.
17 missing children. And he's like, huh.
So he gets on the phone and he calls the cops and he's already gotten a little high.
Yeah.
And he's like babbling a little bit. Yeah, man. So I'll call about that reward for the missing kids. Like, I actually, I know where they're at. So, I don't really want to go down to the police station because those kind of places, they kind of freak me out a little bit. So is there a way you can meet me and give me the money?
Give me the check there. And
and they're essentially like, no, you got to come down to the police station.
Yeah.
And he's like, shit, okay.
I can show you where the house is. Yeah.
So, okay. So he starts heading down to the police station and
that's
gets
when
about
Paul
half a block away.
Comes out and sees him and yells,
hey, what did I tell you? Oh, shit. Chases after him and he runs into the woods where his tent was and stuff. He's trying to lose the cop.
Mm-hmm.
And very briefly he sees, like, behind a log, there's a lady with fucking clown makeup on.
Yeah.
Like, waving at him. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? Flees to his tent, zips it up, and
the old tent zipper that just holds back everything, right? All evil, always holding back by the old tent zipper. Boy, if only we had a tent zipper in life.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You could go out on the street and you could be like, hold on a minute. I'm safe now.
He watched a lot of that John Travolta Boy in the Bubble movie when he was growing up, and he's like, nothing can hurt me inside the bubble.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
If you can't see me, I am okay.
That's right. I close my eyes and I become invisible.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think there's anyone who watches this movie that when he goes in the tent and zips it up thinks, oh, good. Smart move. Good job.
Yeah.
Way to go, dude.
Do not cut off your line of sight. Continue moving.
That wasn't real. That wasn't real.
Yeah.
But then, like, somebody
slowly, the zipper is undone.
And he grabs a stack of syringes and he's like, just waiting. And then it opens up and he just plunges the syringes right into the cheek of the cop. Yeah.
It's a good gag. It's a good, simple gag. And Jason, who was on set, who runs Autonomous, he took these syringes and just cut them on the half on the side there and then glued them to the side of his face. So it looked like they were all stuck in. It's like 3 little dots of glue and tapped these little prop needles right to it. And so that when he pulled them away, it looked like they're coming out of the skin just because there's a little bit of that tautness of the glue sticking to the needle as it's pulled away. Really, really effective. Really, really well done.
Oh, cringe. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude. Cop is pissed. Boy, he's fucking pissed. He's going to beat the shit out of this guy.
I would too.
Wait. I know where the kids are. I know where the kids are. What?
Yeah.
Where? No, I can take you to them. So throws him in the cop car and he leads him to the house where he saw the kids. Stay here. Keeps him in the cop car, rings the bell.
Yep. Goes inside the house.
Up. Yeah, but I mean, the door just opens up into darkness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no one standing there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Goes in there.
Steps in. Door closes. Yeah.
And then cut to nighttime. It's hours later.
Yeah.
It's night. James, the junkie, is still in the back of the cop car. Like, Jesus, fucking what the fuck is going on?
All uptight.
Door opens. Cop comes out. Doom, 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 doom.
Walking all weird.
Yep. Opens the fucking door. What's going on? Grabs James and just drags him into the fucking house.
Yeah.
Door closes.
Cut to
Marcus.
Yeah.
the principal, Benedict Wong's character. He's walking through the grocery store with his partner. They're picking out breakfast cereals, Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
What do you think of Fruity Pebbles?
I mean, not good.
No, gross. So many people love Fruity Pebbles. I think they're the grossest fucking cereal ever.
No.
Fucking, give me some fucking Golden Grams. Give me some...
Golden Grams are the jam. Yeah.
Super Golden Crisp. I fucking... If we're going with, like, sugary cereals, like, I'll take a
If we're
honeycomb.
going with sugary cereals, Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks. Classic.
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles, too much.
No. It's those marshmallows. The marshmallows are gross. Right?
Oh, yeah. No, the way they crunch on your teeth, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're somewhat chalky. Also, there's a little resistance, like you're biting into, like, a compact sort of sand kind of thing.
Yeah, they squeak.
Yeah, they make a noise and a feeling on my teeth like nails down a blackboard. Fruity Pebbles are the true fucking horror of this movie.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But when they get back to their house, that's when Marcus's husband creates the most American meal ever. It's like 8 hot dogs on a plate with potato chips and and some carrot sticks and some ranch dressing, and there's like an American flag napkin. It's like Americana here. There's like chocolate chip cookies piled there. Like, was there queso dip and nachos or a bag of Fritos or cheese puffs?
Fritos. They took the Hormel chili and they poured it into the bag of Fritos.
Melted
Frito.
a bunch of cheese on top of it. I mean, these guys are eating worse than fucking college bachelors, right? Yeah.
Well, before we get to that, though, we cut to Marcus in his office, and they're like, "Oh, your 2 o'clock is here."
Oh,
and he's like,
"Here she is."
And in walks Gladys.
Now, I will say this: the thing that you keep mentioning about the clown makeup, right?
Yeah.
Gladys is not intentionally trying to look like a clown. Gladys, being from probably not this era. In fact, she even says it in a minute that there's a problem with one of the parents. And she says, I don't know, it might be consumption. Well, when was consumption? Fucking 1700? Okay.
I mean, early 20th century, we were still dealing with consumption, but yes.
Exactly. It's been a couple hundred years or 100 years at least. Yeah. It's tuberculosis. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So,
it is.
So you've got this clownish version of her. All she's trying to do is fit in, but she does not understand society. So she's got grossly pancaked makeup on. She's got a wig on because she's got bad hair, as you will find out later. Her hair is not so good. So she's got this red wig to try and seem like, oh, I'm not as old as I appear. Yeah, it's like she put makeup on in a moving train.
Yeah. And she is dressed like Bozo the Clown.
Very loud.
But I mean, especially in this scene. Like, we've got to do an Instagram, who wore it better, and just have her and Bozo. Because the red hair, the makeup, and especially this first outfit she's wearing. She's got the giant red collar on. And it really looks like somebody cosplaying as Bozo.
Gladys is a huge hit in the community right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got to say, Autonomous is getting a lot of shout outs for her makeup.
Yeah, that's great.
Because there's a lot that goes into this Gladys makeup that nobody would realize. First of all, it's Amy Madigan. She hasn't done a movie in a little bit. It's kind of a bit of a comeback for her.
Most famous for probably Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
she was Kevin Costner's wife in Field of Dreams.
Yeah. She was in Streets of Fire. She was in some other stuff in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, she's been around and she's
absolutely
made a ton of stuff. But.
She's got a fake nose to give her sort of a bird of prey, sort of hawkish nose.
Yeah.
She's got brow blocks taking out her eyebrows. That always is a creepy look.
Yep, sure, always.
She has a pate, which is pushing her hairline back. That is punched with some light hairs. And then she's got that wig on. There's contacts, and one of them has a dilated pupil. So her eyes look oddly different and off, but you wouldn't really notice unless you were trying to pick it out. And she also has fake teeth, and the fake teeth are very short, and they tried to give her a bird of prey, hawkish predator feeling, and that's how she comes off, but in very, very subtle ways. And yeah, this makeup is getting a lot of shout outs, and we're hoping that the Academy's going to take a look, and who knows, it might make it into the top 10, maybe more, as far as Academy nods.
That'd be great.
It would be fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a great makeup.
It's creepy and unnerving.
Uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah.
And she is fucking great.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Is she wonderful as this character?
Joyous and bouncy and odd.
She comes in to talk with Marcus because after Miss Gandy had said, you got to check up on the house, he did his due diligence and he wants a wellness check. And well, okay, in comes Aunt Gladys. And she's like, oh, I'm here to talk about Alex and everything. And he's like, oh, you're his aunt, but you're not his parent, his legal guardian.
Like, right?
Oh, that's not going to work. I really need to talk to his mom or dad. And she's like, and that's when she's like, oh, they're sick. They got consumption.
I might be consumption.
Yes. We just got off the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
She got dysentery. Our wagon axle broke, but we were able to ford the river. Unfortunately, Dad got consumption.
Yeah. We had to eat 5 other members of the party, but we're okay.
Yeah, and he's like, well, listen, a concerned party has lodged a welfare complaint, and I need to talk to the parents. And she's like, who lodged the complaint?
Yeah, I'm very
like,
interested.
I can't tell you that. But then we're going to cut to the all-American meal you were just talking about. Hot dogs and nachos and books about war. Ding dong. Oh, who's that? Gladys has come to his house.
Yeah.
Gladys come to visit. And instantly, he's like, no, there's a boundary being crossed. Like, no.
You shouldn't be here.
But Marcus's partner's like, no, what are you talking about? Because she's kind of freaking out. She looks like she's hyperventilating a little bit.
I need some water.
Such a time.
I need some water.
And he's like, oh, no, come on in. And Marcus is like, no, she should not come on in.
Yeah.
That is a bad idea. And his partner's like, Marcus, calm down. Come in, we'll get you a glass of water. And she's like, oh, thank you. I need to speak with you so much. I just need to talk to you about the kids. And can I get a glass of water? And
can you make it a bowl, actually? And he's like,
what?
Huh? Yeah. And she's like,
it's
a weird
quirk
thing.
I have.
I don't even think about it anymore. But yeah, if it's okay, if it could just be a bowl.
And she's just laying it on thick, trying to suss out whether they've actually talked to the authorities about doing a wellness check or anything like that. And Marcus is like, no, I haven't really talked to the authorities. She's filled the bowl up with some water. She's taken out this like thorny twig with a ribbon wrapped around it. Something we'd seen in Marcus's office. He's like, hey, is that my ribbon? And then she pricks her finger and
puts blood all over it. Oh my, I've cut my hand. Oh. And they're like, they're starting to freak out. We got to help you. And
then goes over to his partner and snips a lock of his hair off. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? She ties that around the stick with the ribbon on it. And then I think she breaks it and then takes out a little bell. Ding.
Ding. Yeah. Marcus immediately goes psycho.
Tackles his partner, pukes all that ichor all over him.
Puking the black stuff all over him, then starts repeatedly headbutting him.
Bang.
In this sequence, we made 3 different versions of Marcus's partner's head. Each one more smashed than the one
crazy,
prior.
Dude.
And they're all soft in silicone, so he can actually headbutt these heads. And they were shot with the camera rising and falling and rising and falling. But they would do like a digital wipe, so Jason would sneak another head in, and then bang, get smashing on that head. And then you only see part of the last one as the camera pulls back, and you see how the face has been pulverized and crushed in.
Oh, it's so gnarly, man.
Yeah.
And it's so surprising. And it's horrifying. And then after he's done, Gladys takes the lock of blonde hair, Miss Gandy's, and ties it around there.
Yeah.
Bing! Marcus is out the door. Running.
Yeah.
Running through the town, running through the parks, running down the street, and he's just making a fucking beeline. And then it cuts back to Miss Gandy and Archer having the conversation in the gas station.
Yeah.
And she's like, Marcus, bam!
Yeah.
Tackles her. And we get the rest of this fight.
Fight sequence, chase through the convenience store.
Marcus chases her into the gas station convenience store. She tries to make her way out the back exit, but the door is padlocked. She's screaming. And then as he's coming at her, bam! Josh Brolin takes him out and into the glass soda case or whatever. Yeah.
Make a big old mess. Get cut.
Miss Gandy runs out of there. Fuck. She gets into her car, and he is back on his feet and chasing her.
After the car.
She's like down the street.
It's pretty creepy because his eyes are all bugged out, and he's got the blood all over his face. And the black eye core, and it's just,
He takes off after her, and Archer is back up, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? He gets in his truck, and he's following him as he's running down the street, and then you just see the long-distance Final Destination.
The car crossing through the intersection, leveling him.
Obliterates him.
Marcus
that's another
is
gnarly effect in there, right? Don't you get to see like his smashed brain pan?
Oh yeah,
like half of his head is spilled open.
His twisted, broken up body is there on the pavement with a bunch of head pieces and just smashed all over the place. It's a nasty little fabricated body we did of him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty disgusting. That one. Good job.
Yeah. It takes a village at the shop.
But now we're in the hospital. Archer and Justine have had a little bit of a connection now. Like, what the hell was that? Are you okay? I'm okay. I've never seen anything like that. And then he's like, I have seen something like that. She's like, what do you mean? Like the way he ran. You know, he's looked at all that footage for so long.
Just like all the kids.
Exactly like the kids. Any suspicion he had of her now is gone. And then he shows her the map. And he's like, look, I've triangulated it. It's right in this area right here.
And she's like, that's Alex's house.
That's Alex's house.
Yeah.
Cut to Alex's story. And I mean, going through it again, I fucking am digging this movie even more.
Oh,
just realizing the way they cut at the end of every story just really keeps you fucking moving along with
and like I was saying, it read exactly the same way to where I was just like, oh, excellent. Okay, nice. Now let's pick up this character's point of view. It's fucking great. It was part of what made me go, we have to do this movie.
Well, Alex, he's a little guy. We're cutting back early in his story. All the kids are still around.
Yep.
He's getting bullied, actually, by Archer's son, Matthew.
Yeah, turns out. His son is a big dick. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of a dick, too. I heard Josh Brolin talking. He really enjoys playing characters who are trying to be that hyper-masculine version of, like, what a man should be, but actually are a little bit broken, or that facade.
I mean, his dad did it good, too.
Yeah. But anyway, Alex is getting bullied, but you see his family. His parents are really cool.
Nice, sweet
I feel
parents.
Bad. I'm like, oh, look at these parents. They're doing such a good job. And you just know, like, it's not going to fucking end well for these people.
Yeah,
but
you know exactly. They're going to be zombies on the couch at some point.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, just so you know, we're going to have company. Your mom's Aunt Gladys is coming over. She's going to be with us. Okay, Dad. And then in the middle of the night, sees Aunt Gladys arrive. She's got some bags. Her dad is helping. She's also got this tree, like this potted plant, like a thorn bush that she's taken out. Weird, but whatever. And the next morning, Alex is getting ready for school and kind of looking around the house. And I don't know if he shares a bathroom, like with the guest bedroom, but he kind of peeks through the door.
Yeah.
And he sees like the thorn tree and he looks and the camera's panning over her body as she's laying in bed, and then he gets to her head and she's just boom, looking right at him.
Creepy as shit. Looking super old, looking super sick.
Yeah.
Very, very little hair. This is a full bald cap. It's got wispy hair punched into it. She looks like cancer grandma.
Yeah. Just terrifying.
Yeah.
Zelda from Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
It's like, we're going to have to take care of this person until they die in our house.
Exactly. What does her spine look like?
Dad drops Alex off that day, and the school day more being bullied. And then, hey, it's time to be picked up. And Alex is waiting.
No one comes.
No one is there. Finally, Alex decides he's going to walk home. Mm-hmm. And then he gets there, and Mom and Dad are sitting at the table, and they're catatonic.
Yep.
Gladys is there, and she's trying to talk to him, and he's like, Dad, poking him. Nothing happens. Gladys is like, pay attention to me, Alex.
Yeah.
And he's not having it.
Yeah.
And this fucking creepy old lady's not going to tell him what to do, and he just grabs the water off the table, throws it in his dad's face, like, Dad, like, wake up, snap out of it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And
Gladys is like, that was very rude of you. Mm-hmm. And you go upstairs right now, young man. No dinner for you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Comes down in the morning. His parents have not moved at all.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Gladys, sit at the table, Alex. Don't worry about your parents. Now, you need to promise me that you won't tell anyone that I'm here. Not a living soul that I am here.
This is her demonstration of power.
Yeah. And she's like, now watch. And she's doing the same sort of ritual that we had seen her do in Marcus's living room. And she essentially makes both his parents pick up their forks and just starts sticking it in their face over and over and over again.
Like
it's
15,
fucking terrifying.
20 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he's freaking the fuck out.
Of course. And she's like, I can make your parents hurt themselves. I can make your parents hurt each other. I can make your parents eat each other.
Yeah.
Promise you won't tell anyone. He's like, I promise. Like, fucking A, man.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
It
so
is.
fucked up. Alex goes to school, comes home to find her in a room. She's moved all the furniture out, and she's in the room with that thorny plant.
Mm-hmm.
Feed your parents. There's soup in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Montage of him like feeding his parents soup.
Campbell's soup is good food. It's Campbell's chicken noodle. I mean, it's legit. If you're feeling down or out a little bit, you know, Campbell's soup is always going to fix it. It's an easy broth. It's a chicken broth with tiny little squares of cardboardy chicken.
After I've stuck myself in the face with a fork 37 times, nothing brings me back quite like a bowl of Campbell's chicken soup.
I'd rather just sit there like an idiot and have someone spoon feed it to me half all over my chin. I'm thinking, come on, Alex, you can do better than this.
He gives it to him right out of the can, too.
Yeah,
which is like,
and it's
pure
just
concentrated Campbell's soup.
That grease is not going to go down easy. I tell you what, it is tough to watch them get spoon-fed Campbell's soup.
Yeah, and obviously we are dealing with a witch. Our other reason for pairing these movies together.
Thank you, Goblin.
Gladys calls him in one night. Alex, I am very sick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what will make you better? Well, I was hoping.
I'm thinking an axe to the head.
Make me better.
An anvil dropping from the ceiling.
Bring me an object from each of your classmates. Bring it home to me. And it's never explicitly said. I assume this witch is trying to drain their youth or their vitality, and and it's not working with the parents, so she's got to go to the kids.
It's not enough with the parents.
Alex is in school eyeballing all the little personal things he could steal from everyone. That's a good little bit. And then eventually he just settles on the name tags from all of their bins.
Yeah, because they all hand drew their own things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he takes them home. He runs up the stairs. He delivers all the goods. And that night, 2:15, Gladys doing the ritual. She's cut all the little things up. She's made her little ritual stick. She rings that bell. And
finishes it at 2:17 right on the dot. Boom. That's when all the kids
get out of bed and they start running in that crazy way. Here they come.
Yep.
And you watch her kind of smile. She just has the door open and Alex is standing there and all his classmates are running by him. And this little kid does a pretty great job. And it's like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Yeah. In his fear of keeping his parents safe and everything. What have I done? And then you cut to Alex alone at school, the police questioning him. There was a bit, I did think it was going to be a fault with the movie, but they actually addressed the police searching the house There's a quick little montage of her sending the kids
Welcome, detectives.
out.
Oh, yeah. All the kids running out to hide in the woods, and then, come on in, detectives. Oh, it's so nice to see you again. She's all clowny and crazy looking.
Alex's father has had a stroke, so I'm here to help take care of everything. Yep. And one day, Alex comes home to find the policeman, Paul, his eyes all bulging. Yeah. And James, the perp, is also in the house. And Gladys is like, pack your things, Alex. We're leaving tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Whatever you do, don't step over the salt.
Oh, yeah.
And then in bed, he sees Archer's truck on the other side.
Him and Miss Gandy outside watching. Mm-hmm. Is that when they come in?
First, they see the cop car, and they're like, the cops are here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what should we do? And they're just waiting there for a bit. And then Paul comes out. Mm-hmm. Justine's like, Paul, what the fuck? And he oddly waves them inside.
Yeah, exactly.
And goes into the house.
And so they get out of the car and they slowly walk towards the house and they go in. Yeah.
And then as they're in there, she crosses a line of salt and instantly the fucking nasties attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul attacks her and James attacks Archer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is some brutal fighting.
Good two brutal fights. And in the fight with her and Paul, she grabs a potato peeler off the side. This was a whole big gag where, like, they had, like, so many different potato peelers they sent us. And then we were like, okay, well, let's do a 3D printed version of the blade so it's safe. And it's absurdly great, right? And in the end, we actually created the entire potato peeler in 3D and printed it, blade and handle and everything, because they couldn't settle on one that they actually liked. So we created one.
Ronco peeled and got shit on me.
That's right. Potato peeling is in our family. Always has been.
In the blood.
Yeah. You don't believe us? Ask Mom on the Discord. She'll tell you all about potato peeling in our family. It's a whole thing. Legit. Ask her. I'm not kidding. At the shop, we made the 3D version, and it's good. It's a 2-piece appliance. So you've got an appliance on his face, and you've got a little strip of skin that's glued into a piece on his face. And that strip of skin had a tiny piece of mono on it that goes through the potato peeler. So as she pulls it down, it's lubed up and slides right through like it's slicing off a chunk of skin. Really fucking cool and fun.
It's crazy. Did she do it twice?
She does. She does it twice. Yeah. It's one chunk and then another chunk.
Twice.
Yeah. Get off me or I'll do it again.
Well, they are relentless, these fucking things.
Yeah.
And Archer, he's, that little
beating the shit
heroin addict. Bam.
Heroin addict. James, yeah.
What I really appreciate about this is him breaking his hand on the guy's face because he's just hit him so many times. Because the guy keeps getting up and he keeps putting him down and keeps getting up, putting him down, throwing him over the furniture. Guy keeps coming up. Absolutely.
WWE dropping him through tables and over chairs and into lamps and
Bam. And then upstairs, Alex has his mom and dad are standing guard on the second floor
outside
the door
like
to the witch's
room.
Yeah. And there's a line of salt there too, and he just taps his foot on it and they instantly come after him. And I have to say, of all the jump scares, all the things in this movie, the one image that I have the hardest time with is when he's running away from his parents and he's locked the door and they're smashing the door and there's a hole in the door and his mom sticks her head through.
Smashing her face through.
Looks down at it and she's got those huge eyes and she's screaming. That was the one image I was like, that's the most chilling fucking thing in this whole movie to me. Like, it's really awful. And he's down there kind of cowering and they're trying to get to him. Justine's down and eventually she takes the gun out of Paul's holster, bam, shoots him in the throat. Blood, 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 not stopping.
No.
And then puts it under his chin and blows his head off. And then Archer is struggling in the door to the basement. It's come open and he can see down there
all the kids
are down there. And he's like, oh my God. And James is choking him out. And then his head explodes because Justine takes him out too.
Yep.
Oh, he goes down into the basement
to find Matthew.
Matthew,
yeah.
Matthew, where are you? Where are you?
All the kids are catatonic. Nobody's moving. It's just weird. And he's trying to find him. Yeah.
He's looking, and then you just see Gladys sort of crouched in the corner and jumps at him.
Yeah.
Oh, what the
That was
fuck?
a good jump scare, too.
It is a good one. It is a good one. But upstairs, Alex has gotten away from his parents and he's gotten into Gladys's room.
With the tree and the bowl and the branches and the...
He takes it all and he takes it into her bathroom and he locks the door there.
It's a good thing he knows how to do the ritual.
Well, she had said a couple times, now pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
She'd done it in front of him a couple times.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really well kind of seeded into this.
Maybe not smart on Gladys's part.
And then he wraps some of her hair around the twig that has all the kids.
Yeah.
You know, I think he drops it in the water first.
Yeah.
And then he rings the bell and
snap.
The kids all look at Gladys and she's like, oh no.
Yeah.
And she begins to run out of the house.
This is the tonal shift. Everyone in the theater started laughing. Some of it is nervous laughter, right? But then as the scene goes on, the kids pouring out of the basement, up the stairs, her comic like, oh no, as she's like running for her life because she knows that they're not going to stop.
Yeah.
And she's a frail old woman and she's out the door. And then the windows of the house just explode as the kids come shooting out of them. It's the Hey Kool-Aid moment. You're like,
oh man, oh yeah.
What in the fuck? That's when everyone in the theater just starts laughing almost uncontrollably.
So I was with Michelle.
Laughing.
There was only one other person in the theater with us.
Okay.
Because we saw it on like a Wednesday matinee.
Yeah, I saw it.
I definitely laughed. I laughed, but I also, because there's no one around, I just went, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
So I will say this, for a frail old hag of a lady, she is fucking Ferris Buellering the shit out of this. Like, she is hauling ass, cutting through people's houses.
Yeah.
She is like
leaping over hedges.
Hertz commercial, like, just tearing ass.
Yeah.
And all those kids out the doors, through the windows, just a whole pack of them screaming after her.
Now, when I read this in the script, it did not come off as funny at all.
Oh, yeah?
I just felt, okay, these kids are relentlessly chasing her, but I didn't get the fact that it would come off silly or funny as they're crashing through everything.
You know, I didn't think it was necessarily funny.
Mm-hmm.
I probably, if everybody laughed, I probably would have laughed too, because I felt a tremendous release at this moment.
Sure, because it's pretty tense up until this point.
Bitch.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your fucking time has come
Yeah.
now. And boy, did they tear her to fucking pieces. This is some sweet justice that is met out by these kids.
It is, yeah. We took a scan of her and the makeup. We created a fake head after a resculpt of it. It's a fake body of her, and it is set to come apart in a bunch of pieces. It has a bunch of blood tubes in it. The kids would be able to grab certain sections of it. The pieces were all locked together on a cable mechanism. So you've got a bunch of cables going to pins, and you've got, like, say, 5 cables, right? And they're on rings.
Yeah.
And each one of these cables is attached to a pin, which is locking, like, an arm to the shoulder, or the jaw to the head, or the neck to the body. And so the moment you start to pull these cables, the kids who are all around the body, and the body's kind of elevated off the ground so it rocks a little bit, right? It's got like a little spherical back that it's kind of resting against. And at one point they even put it on like an apple box to get it up higher. So like the kids are picking her up higher. So they've got her up level, and they're all pulling on these parts because they can lean into it for real until you release the mechanism, and then boom, that arm gets ripped away with some stringy bits of stuff. And of course, blood tubes everywhere. So these are 17 actual kids with, I wasn't there, but Joe Colwell, who's one of the guys from the shop, he was there. And all these kids grabbing onto her, and they're leaning into it, and Joe's releasing the cables one by one and triggering the blood at the same time, and the arms, and they're coming off, and they just shot it like I want to say like 2 days of just various shots of like this part, real close-ups, the jaw being torn off.
Oh God, the jaw's great.
Yeah, it's so effective and so well done. And it would puzzle piece back together for another take. Clean up the blood, puzzle piece everything back together. You've got some stringy bits you put in between things, and you're ready for take 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that is the head and the tail of it, of Gladys getting torn apart.
It's great. And I think emotionally, this movie did such a good job on me of being tense and leaving cliffhanger moments and making me really despise this character, that to see her get torn apart was so satisfying.
Oh,
it was so fucking satisfying that I left the theater thrilled. There's a little bit of denouement now. You know, Alex's parents, they're still getting fed soup somewhere, just in an institution, not from him. And they say, like, you know, some of the kids, some of them a couple years later could talk again after they went home. You get the feeling
like a good.
Some of them never recovered. It's pretty rough stuff. But, you know, again, I want to point back to the original narration at the beginning, and the poster was like, the kids were never seen again.
Yeah.
I think that's a lie.
But yet
that's a lie.
That's another thing this has in common with Suspiria. The only thing scarier than the last 12 minutes is the first 92. Or you mean the film. One thing I got to say before we wrap this up is Warner Brothers has a lot of issues with giving you credit where credit is due. They have lawyers and people that say, oh, you know, we only credit people who are on set. So everyone that worked in the shop did not get credit on this movie, which is sad because, you know, it's harder and harder to get credit in films these days. And I'm not exactly sure why, because it's just names at the end. And these are people that put a lot of hard work into something that went on the screen, and they should get just as much credit as the people that were making food for people that were out there, or the people that were, you know, serving craft service, or the guys that were working security, or any of that shit. All those people have their names on the film, but these people don't. So office coordinators were Katie Brooks and Brittany Mitchell. Aaron Globerman was our mold shop supervisor, and he made all the teeth, all the tiny, creepy teeth.
Nice.
Aaron also does the music for this show. Aaron did our theme and our Hollywood Minute. That's all Aaron, too. He did that for us.
Nice.
Luca Nemolato, Madison Berger, and Charlie Hernandez were conceptual artists, design and 3D stuff for us. Sculpture department was Eric Koo and Len Burge. In the mold shop, we had Gary Pulowski and Jim McLaughlin. Steve Hajiaj was our silicone supervisor and casting all the pieces for like the face peel and Gladys's stuff. Joel Colwell built the Gladys body. He also worked on some of the other bodies. Allison Kellerman worked on some of the bodies. She did a lot of seaming. She did the body for Wong when he got hit by the car and we had the brains and stuff laying in the street.
That's so gross. That one is so gross.
Absolutely. Well, Allison, there you go. Annalise Bouise and Jacqueline Mackey. They were in our hair department punching hair and Gladys's bald caps and on all the fake heads and everything. Anthony Ortiz did the transfers for various wounds and stuff, which is a type of prosthetic we have. And Kevin Gonzalez was our runner. And of course, I was the studio supervisor. So there you go. Big round of applause. Thank you, everybody in the shop that worked hard on this movie. It's great. It's too bad you don't get actual credit in the film, but, you know, we want to talk about it here. And we made some posts on the internet with the same thing, showing the poster and everybody's names. So credit where credit's due.
Yeah, absolutely. They deserve it. And I got to tell you, even if it wasn't you and your folks that did the effects are fucking great in this. Whether it's Gladys's makeup or it's something more extensive like Benedict Wong's brain pan that spilled out or the body being torn apart. There's a lot of really cool things in this movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of bad stuff to say about it. I don't know what that gun means.
No.
I really don't.
It seems odd.
It's just... It really sticks out as like a symbol or metaphor or whatever.
I mean, and then dream, right?
I pieced together the witch's motivations on this.
It's never spelled out.
You never see it happen. You know what I mean? You never see her try and take the essence of the parents and it not work. Or the fact that the kids are there for a month.
Yeah.
Are they shriveling up or anything like that? You don't get any of that.
You don't get any physical evidence of what is actually happening. And you're right, it is a month later, so something has happened. She doesn't look that much different.
But she can run. Boy, can she run.
She can. She runs about as long as this episode. Yeah.
But no, this is another great movie. Like I said, man, I feel like we're having a really good couple of years when it comes to horror movies. And that caveat or that exception of like, it's good for a horror movie, I think that is really starting to fade away. These movies are fucking good no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just like, do you have the stomach and the heart to see some of that content?
Yeah.
If people miss some of these movies, they're missing some of the best pictures of the year, really.
I agree.
They are.
I agree.
The stories
100%.
that are being told, the way that they're being told, the craft behind them is good for any type of movie.
Yeah, these are two good movies. See them both. See them both, 100%.
Very different, but hey, they got some things in common.
Yep.
Schools, witches,
opening narration,
shitty motivations.
Shitty motivation, lies on the poster. Awesome.
All right, shall we have Tyler take us out?
Yeah. Tyler, what do you got for us tonight?
The head, the tail, the whole damn thing.
And that wraps up another episode of The Head, the Tail, the Whole Damn Thing. With industry professionals Mike D. McCarthy and James Knight, I'm your announcer, Tyler Patton, from Morocco. Next episode, The Conjuring and Conjuring Last Rites. I don't like any of those, but we'll see. Maybe the fellas can change my mind and sway me, but I don't feel that they're very good films. But that's just my opinion, you know. I'm just the voice. We'll see you next time, and thanks for tuning in.